Welcome back to the TTRPG Project, where we are proud to bring you the Dresselhime campaign, featuring our cast of non-voice actors, Adonis Kronos, Guinevere Ashenthorn, and Gelt Genlith, as they explore the wild lands of Dresselheim. The Dresselhime campaign, featuring the Tarren D100 system using particularly the Tarren Age of Fantasy, Beta 2 currently available to join at TheTtrpgProject.com. The TTRPG Project is proud to bring you the Dresselheim campaign with these non-voice actors, sponsored by proud viewers like you who remember to like, subscribe, leave a rumble, thumbs up, and even leave comments down below, or who happen to go over to the TTRPGProject.com and take a look at joining, becoming a member, joining the beta, which we always appreciate for feedback, or by picking up some of our merch. Get yourself an Adonis Kronos sticker for that notebook, a Guinevere Ashenthorn to put on the car, or pick up a t-shirt or hoodie to let people know that you know how to play other games besides, well, other games. Anyhow, with all that being said, begin the Dresselheim campaign. Enjoy. And welcome back to the Dawning Titans. Last week, we had ourselves a little kerfluffle. You guys went out to the forest to pick up some lumberjacks and escort them safely back to Corvus, and instead you rode out there on your would-be glue horses. As far as I know, we haven't given them proper names, so I'm sticking with that for now.
They have not been given proper names.
And has a name.
Does it?
Yeah.
I kind of thought of a name, but I don't know if I like it all that much.
All right. So we're out there on our horses. We've arrived, fatigued and tired, to find the camp in absolute tatters. And
Marley's Discord is having some issues. She cannot hear anything. Oh, okay. Never mind. Discord crashed on her.
Oh, even better.
Hey.
Oh, hey, look, she's back.
All right. Here we go. So, you all arrived. The camp is in tatters. You found a troll gnawing on the thigh bone of a beast of burden, most likely a horse. You guys managed to kill the troll. Guinevere got knocked the hell out, but it's okay. She got back up. After Adonis made sure he collected his crossbow bolts, y'all remembered to give her a potion.
It's going to be one of those days for Discord. It's looking like.
It's all good.
I'm switching over to Discord on my phone.
Sounds like a plan. I will let me know when you pop back in on your phone, because funny enough, I haven't actually seen you get dropped out of the Discord.
Yeah, it's the connection that's been fucking with her, not the
my
so
connection
my
was
app
being weird
is
yesterday
closing,
too.
but every time I come back in, I'm still in the call.
Yeah, that's how it goes if you don't.
Yeah, you have to completely leave the call. Yeah.
Couple things I'm going to give you some advice about on how to fix that on a computer. When was the last time you cleared out your Discord cache? That's right, people. This is the IT section of the gameplay.
You know what? I think we talked about this recently, and I said no. So I might need to do that.
That might help you out, because I noticed that when the cache fills up on my laptop, Discord either runs like garbage or it completely quits running. So, but let me know when you pop back in and you're ready. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep making fun of these guys for waiting to res up one of their party members.
Wait a second.
For right now, it seems like it's working all right. So I'm gonna ride it out with this, and if it closes on me again, I'll just hop over.
Okay. So in that case, yes, Adonis.
I'll have you know, I did care about my party member. I don't remember who I checked up on before grabbing arrows, but I definitely said I check on this person, and then I go grab my arrows.
Gelt, not the downed person.
You checked on Gelt, and I figure mostly because you were concerned whether or not when the troll fell holding him, whether they fell on top of one of your arrows.
There may have been some slight concern in that, per se. But
all good.
also,
I'm just glad
also,
I don't have to get on you about keeping track of your arrows. You're good.
also, on a side note, I feel bad about not making it in time to the Lumberjacks, but like all week I've been thinking, man, I hope by the time we make it back, it's been like 10 days or so by the time we make it back. I hope, somebody answered our ad. It's kind of been sitting in the back of my mind this whole time.
You are so. Oh, we'll get on to that. But for now, we left off with you guys hearing a scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, we did.
Now,
Do we know what direction it came from?
oh yeah.
I think we want to head in that direction.
Okay.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I think we should try and be a little stealthy about it.
Yeah, 100% should try and be stealthy about it.
Now we're stomping in.
I don't know.
Not a problem. And with the three of you having the skills that you have, and also being, kind of tired and having the crap kicked out of you, I'm going to say this isn't just stealth. This is stealth forced upon you, not even by choice.
Oh, God.
It's stealth of, we're tired. We just had this thing clobber the hell out of us. Oh, you guys are doing that, dragging yourself in after a double days of football.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. And as you stealthily move forward, you find a clearing next to a stream that's running through, and there's about 50 goblins. Don't worry, they haven't seen you. Around this circle of goblins, you see that they have used the blood from some of their slain and have painted giant markers, glyphs, and symbols, and made a giant spell circle that they're all standing in. And some of the goblins are holding some of the captives who are not yet dead, but wish they were. As you see that all of them have dark liquid protruding from their eyes that you quickly recognize as blood. And where their eyes are, or should be, there are spell stones jammed inside their eye sockets. And based off of the bleeding, it looks like they didn't bother to scoop the eyes out first.
Oh, shit.
Many of them have had what appear to be other types of stones, magical or non-magical, you're not sure, jammed inside their mouths as gags as they've been placed to kneel in front of goblins who are standing at key positions. There is a large tree near the water, coming away from the water's edge, where there appears to be a goblin dressed in loose hides and wearing a deer skull over its head, waving a staff. And there is a elven woman who has been pinned to this tree with some type of metal spikes, crucifixion style. 2 green spell stones shoved inside the eye sockets, and a large skull, probably that of a goblin, that's been jammed inside her mouth to keep her from screaming any further.
She's very much alive, right?
They're all very much alive. The ones that are...
I more so meant, like, yeah, everybody's alive, but those guys are definitely dying.
The shaman, having the attention, raises his hands, and in one hand he holds up his staff that has ears of elves dangling from it, and is topped with what appears to be a human skull.
Oh, God, I don't know if we could deal with this.
In the other hand, he's holding a dagger, probably stolen from one of the captives. I will give you all a moment to take a breathe and think about what you would like to do in this situation before the goblins continue.
Is there a map tile that we can look at with, like, where everything's at?
Not at this moment, because what map tile I open up is entirely dependent upon what you decide to do.
Gotcha.
You can choose to pause and see what happens. You can decide that you're going to rush in, You can decide that maybe, I don't know what you want to do, but you have, whatever you're going to do, you have 3 seconds to do it.
So we can either watch or we can slink
We can
off.
watch or we can ambush or we
No.
can fuck off.
Fighting is not an option.
There's 50 goblins. They're going to kill us.
No, I definitely think they would murder us. But, you know, there's also the option of killing the shaman possibly, or at least shooting him with an arrow and fleeing. Fleeing like God intended.
And the shaman has just drove the dagger into the female's chest.
Okay, I guess we're watching. It seems like a watching moment.
Your option was to either take a pop shot or do something to be noticed. You had 3 seconds to react.
Yeah, I guess we're watching. That's...
Immediately you see the goblins who have the rest of the captives, who they didn't eat or drain for their blood to make this spell circle, slit the throats of all the captives. The spell circle lights up. All 3 of you, please make a mana sense.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, goody.
Is that just a straight D100?
Still disadvantage.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? Because of this encounter and what's about to happen, you would have actually had advantage because of the intensity, so you get to make it a straight roll.
Oh, nice.
Well, I got an 84.
93.
102.4.
Okay, all 3 of you rolled high enough to get caught up in this, caught up in the sense that you can visualize what's about to happen. The giant spell circle immediately lights up. All of the captives who have their throats slit and their heads pulled towards the sky, you watch as the mana stones emit rays and whips of mana that reach up. The ground itself has mana beginning to rise up out of it. The goblins that had been holding the victims find themselves caught up in the torrential pull, and their own heads snap back and mouths open as dark mana erupts out of them up into the sky. It swirls around, contained only by not leaving the edges of the spell circle itself, making what's happening inside a maelstrom of green and black. The goblin shaman turns around to look at them, drops his staff as immediately all the energy rips out of his own body and he falls lifeless to the ground. All of the mana swirls around until basically the entire circle looks like it's so thick with mana that you can't actually see in it. And then it implodes in on itself. Where the elven female had been staked to the tree, you now see this.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
It's a tree.
And the map hasn't changed for us yet.
Ooh. Thank you for letting me know that.
Yes.
You see a tree with a face.
Hold on 1 second. It's still loading.
Hold on, I can still get the description down.
Oh, okay. I was like, I got red lines and blue lines.
You see a tree with a face and an opening for a mouth. All of the bodies, all of the goblins, all of the victims, all gone. Just a tree with a face and an opening. That's all.
What the hell? So there's nothing left. It's just now this tree.
Yep.
With a face.
I do not like that.
And an opening.
And how mine's still
wide is
loaded.
this
Yeah,
opening?
how big is the opening?
You can walk through it side by side.
That's a so this is a big tree.
It's a big thing.
It was a big tree to begin with. Now it's an even bigger tree.
Does it look like there's anything on the other side of the opening?
It looks dark. Do you well, keep in mind you're about 60 yards away at this point.
I don't think I go don't think we should go near that thing.
I can't see the map still. It's still just I have black screen with a
it's
red and
just-
blue line.
Yeah,
It's slowly loading.
It's just the world map with a big tree.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can't refresh Roll20 here.
Come on, Roll20, get with it.
I don't know. I kind of think we should get a little closer and inspect.
I was gonna, say depending on how far away we are from this tree, I could take a pot shot of a fire arrow.
No.
What? Hold on. Let's not do anything rash.
We don't know what the tree is. It could have the horde of goblins sitting on the other side.
They're dead.
Yeah, the ones that were here.
So,
Who's to say what's on the other side of the tree?
well, there's a river. About 20 yards behind it, there's a river.
That's pretty convenient. I guess we could check it out. I don't think we should go inside of it though. That seems like a bad idea.
Well, I didn't suggest we go inside.
I know.
As you cautiously approach the tree, little breeze makes the leaves of the tree and the trees around you all kind of wiggle. Everything seems calm. The tree, despite having a facial appearance, doesn't do anything. It's just a tree, and there's just an opening. And as you get closer, you just see the opening, but you can't see past it. It's just dark.
Does it goes fully through? We could see the other side, or is it just
No,
just black?
it's just dark, just black.
I'm gonna pick up a rock or something,
Okay.
and just toss it into the opening.
It goes through.
Do I hear it hit the ground?
Nope. It goes into the opening, and that's all you know.
Guys, I'm kind of tempted to step into the tree.
I mean, do what you
When
do.
he threw the rock into the opening, did it just vanish as soon as it, passed the threshold?
Yeah, you watched as it touched the darkness that is darkness, and it disappeared.
Okay. I'm gonna take one arrow and stick it, not pointy side in, feather side in, about halfway, and then pull it back out and see what happens.
You watch as the arrow goes into the darkness. That the darkness itself is almost, because you're standing so close to it at this point. When you look at it, at first it's like, oh, I'm looking into a dark room of some sort. But then as you take your arrow, you realize that the darkness is really more of a curtain.
So once my arrow goes halfway through, I can't see the other half at all?
Exactly.
Okay. I will, I'll pull my arrow back out. Do I still have the other end of my arrow?
Yes, you do. It's still there.
Okay. That is good to know.
That is good to know.
Yeah, it didn't just cut it off halfway.
Yeah.
That was my other concern, that, one of us would stick a hand or something in there and just lose a hand, gone.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm glad you did that, because I actually kind of do want to stick my hand through this.
Do you?
Let's do it. If it does cause bodily harm, it doesn't matter.
Hey, I was gonna say, let's stick in Gelt's robot hand, his metal one.
It's Arcmail arm.
Yeah, his Arcmail arm. He already lost it once. Who cares if he loses it again?
Me, it's expensive. It was a gift.
So is life. So
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, all right, fine. I'll slowly, cautiously put my hand through.
You cautiously reach out and watch as your fingertips, then your fingers, then your wrist, all the way up to we'll say up to halfway up your forearm. You've stuck through. You pull it out, All still there.
Did it feel any different?
Nope.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna get my Bowie knives ready.
Real quick.
And I'll lean down on the ground, like lean down, and I'll stick my knife in to see if I feel any ground on the other side.
You stick your arm in with the knife, and you're basically now laying on your belly, reaching, and you haven't found ground, as you would say.
Okay. Does it feel wet or anything like that? Do I feel anything, or is it just air?
You feel nothing.
Okay.
Should I stick my
If
head
I push the knife inward, towards me, where I would assume there would be tree, I guess, or at least roots or something. Is there anything in that direction?
You feel nothing.
Okay. I will pull my arm and my Bowie knife back out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess somebody can stick their head in. You're right.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and stick my head in.
I'm gonna just tie a rope around you.
You stick your head in? Nothing.
Okay. Oh, can I
Black?
see?
You see nothing.
All right. Guys, just want to step in? Should I step fully in?
There's no ground. I mean, there might be ground, but I didn't feel any ground, so there's no ground.
Okay, well.
There's nothing to step on.
I'm gonna make sure that rope's really tight.
Yeah, can we tie her to the rope and tie the other end to a tree or something close by?
You sure can.
All right, how much rope do we have? Hold on, we gotta make sure we have enough rope to do this.
Each.
We have how much?
50 feet each.
50 feet each. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess we'll do the typical, if I tug on the rope, pull.
All right, two
Alright.
tugs and pull. 2 tugs
Yeah.
and we'll pull back. 1 tug will come in.
Got it.
As Guinevere walks through completely now into the darkness, Guinevere, you do not fall. You find that your feet are, even though you can't feel what's beneath you, you're not falling. You don't feel anything. It's completely dark. As you look around, you see nothing. You hear nothing. You turn and look back at the direction that you came, and you don't see the light coming in from the outside. But you do see a little peering of light that appears to be where the rope is still running out from the dark.
Ah. Okay.
While we're outside,
I-
I'm gonna look to Gelt. Maybe we should have had one of us go in. She is the smarter of the two of us.
I think she has the most sleep, man.
Yeah, dog. I don't know. My horse did all of the driving on the way out here.
I want to. This might be like not the correct answer, but I want to try anyways. I can reach the top of the opening, right? I'm tall enough to do that.
When you were outside, you were.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Okay.
know. You don't even know what you're standing on. You're in a void of space. No matter what direction you reach, you find nothing. All you can see is a little stream of light that seems to be making it through the darkness caused by the rope that's still attached outside.
Okay. Then I guess I'll keep going the opposite direction of that. Just slowly, carefully, not lifting my feet too high. I mean,
Okay.
there's no ground, but you know.
It's strange because when you step, you don't feel yourself or anything fall, but you don't feel the firmness that there should be of something beneath you. You eventually walk until your rope becomes taut.
I look over to Gil. How long do you think we should let her sit in there for?
I mean,
Do I have a torch on me? Or do you guys have all the torches?
Well, you guys have the tunneler's bag, so your guys' bags are
oh
connected.
yeah, badges.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Guess I'll pull out a torch and try and light that and see if that helps.
You know, that's a good point.
You guys have a Tinder's kit, yeah?
Yeah.
Make sure you mark off a durability.
I'm gonna put my head into the tunneler's bag and kind of like call out for Guinevere.
When you stick your head in the tunneler's bag,
You can't breathe.
all you do is see the bottom of the bag.
I look to Gelt. I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough sleep, dog.
I don't think sleep would have helped you.
The magic of the bag does not work on living items.
That is good to know.
That is good to know.
Now you know. And knowledge is power. So you've light your torch, and it's a strange thing lighting a torch in absolute darkness. It illuminates around you, so you feel like you're seeing further, but you can't see anything. There's light emanating, and it's kind of like how, sometimes when you see light coming through a curtain, and you can like see all the little specks and light rays.
Yeah.
It's like that happening in reverse. You're watching the light go out, but you're not. It just keeps going out into infinity. It's never touching anything to stop it.
Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Yes, I will turn around and go back to the opening of the tree.
And eventually, boop, right out the tree you go. What do you put out first? Do you stick the torch out before you?
No. Absolutely not.
I just wanted to see how the guys would react. And guys, you see a burning stick.
I just turned to Gelt. I definitely did not get enough sleep last night.
So Guinevere, you make it out of the tree, you exit the darkness, no worse than you went in.
Yeah, I guess I'll let them know it's just like a never-ending nothingness in there.
Do you think the magistrates want to know about this? The guard, at least.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. We gotta tell them about this. Follow up to that.
Definitely like to let them know though that I could see light where the rope was coming through.
Oh, okay. Follow up to that. How wooded is this area?
Pretty wooded. It's a giant forest.
Okay, setting this tree on fire is not an option.
Why do you want to set the tree on fire?
Don't know what it is. It's a tree. Trees burn. You know, if it's evil, at least it's on fire and dealt with. If it's not evil, then, you know.
You are not touching this tree.
By the way, it's raining. It's been raining.
Big tree.
Just a thought.
It's a big tree.
That's
How
cool
wet is the trunk?
I don't care how wet that trunk is.
Given that it's been a light rain for 4 days nonstop, things are pretty wet.
Okay.
There's also a good chance that one of my people is now a part of that tree. So, I'm not letting you desecrate a maybe grave.
Look, man. I'm just saying. If Goblin rolls out of this thing, not even just a goblin. If a goblin army rolls out of this thing, and the magistrate or the guild is like, oh yeah, you could have just set that tree on fire. Problem solved.
And it's on me.
Yeah.
Let's have a fun little event. How much time do you guys think has gone by?
I don't know, a couple hours, like an hour or two.
Nah, like 30 minutes.
No, I definitely think an hour or two.
We'll compromise. We'll go with an hour.
All right.
About this moment, you see along some of the branches of this tree that are a little bit lower, they immediately begin to twist and knot. And you see the face of a goblin appear in one of the knots of the branch. A few feet away from that, you see the face of a man appear in the branch.
Can they talk?
No, they're not actual faces. The wood has simply taken on this shape that's like a growth.
We should not stick around.
Can I at least fuck the goblin face up? I mean, I get it. The human one, he may be alive in there, but if the goblin is alive in there, fuck that man.
Well, I'll be right back.
I mean,
as the three of you are having this debate about desecration of the tree, more faces begin to appear along the trunk and branches, just all along the bark. More and more faces.
Are they doing anything? Are they just like existing?
They just exist.
Does it look like they're breathing in any way? Like
No.
No. Okay. But are they getting bigger? Like the faces that have already appeared, are they getting any kind of like bigger or growing out of the tree more? Or
no, just every so often, another face appears.
And it appears of like the human survivors, the goblins, maybe the elf.
As more time goes by, you start to see more and more faces. Some of them look elven, some of them look human. One of them looks dragonborn. You didn't get a good look at who all was in the crowd. More goblin faces.
Do we stay and watch and see what happens, or do we
I feel like the longer we
go
stay
back to
here,
Corvus as fast as possible?
No, I definitely think we should go back to Corvus as fast as possible, because we don't know what this is. There's nothing we could do about it. Us sitting here and looking at it isn't going to make it any better.
What was that? What was the address?
So, you have gotten to this point, and you've ridden hard, and your horses have been ridden hard.
Yeah.
You guys are exhausted. You guys are tired. At this point, your goal is to, just so I understand this, you guys want to leave this tree.
I mean, we may bed down for the night. It seems safe-ish enough.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I just don't know how close I want to be to this tree at night.
I don't know if we should be super close to this tree, but I also don't think that we should try and,
Leave it, I
keep
guess?
riding on the way that we are, so exhausted.
No. We should definitely take a day's rest.
All right.
But should we keep an eye on the tree while we're doing that?
I say we go maybe a mile away from the tree.
A mile away, okay.
A mile's a good distance,
You won't be able to see the tree. Just making that clear, because this is the woods.
Okay, how far can we get away and still be able to see the tree?
From when you first entered the small clearing with the goblins were, getting ready to do their ritual, you were about 60 yards away.
Okay.
Okay.
And is that the only? I mean, obviously we're in the woods, so you could leave from anywhere. But realistically, is that the most direct path in and out?
That's the furthest point that gives you a clear view.
Okay.
Think of the clearing that you're in being kind of cone shaped.
Yeah, no,
if you were to look at it from an aerial view.
Because like what I was thinking was like we could just watch that that entry point, I guess, from a little bit even further back, if that's realistically the only real route in and out from this area, from this cone-shaped area. Because yes, we're in the woods, so they could just walk in any direction they wanted, but I'd
Well,
imagine
yeah,
that would have
but
been like the most direct route to farmlands and stuff like
It's
that.
it's the only route with a path.
Oh, we're just trying to get back.
Uh,
Right now you guys
we're
are
bedding
debating on
down.
camping.
Yeah, we're camping.
So-
We're trying to figure out how far we're gonna be from the tree.
What are you still trying to figure that out, or?
Yeah, I think we should just bed down right, like, I don't know, maybe like 20 feet away from the opening on the other side.
Okay.
So we won't be
But
able to
do
see
you
the
think
tree.
that like if we're keeping watch, one of
I
us
think we should. I think we should watch in
be
that point.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. Okay, I get where you're going now. I got
But
that.
like, enough distance that we can yell back for and be like, "Hey, something's happening."
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Got it.
make so to understand this, you're gonna make camp basically right on the other side of the wood line, and whoever's on watch is gonna watch down into the opening, watching the tree. Is that what I? Okay.
Yeah, essentially, we're watching the camping area and down into the tree.
Simple enough. Do you guys have a tent?
Nope.
Okay.
Can we try?
I said, who's gonna try to build a shelter?
I will.
Cool. Survival with disadvantage.
Understandable. Do I have anything for survival?
If multiple of us try, do we get to help?
Well, it depends on what other tasks need to get done. For example, who's making the campfire? Technically, you still have that lit torch.
Yeah. So
So-
we can use that for the fire.
So that'll get it started, but who's going to collect the firewood?
I guess I'll collect the firewood.
Okay, you also roll for survival with disadvantage.
All right.
And Guinevere, if you want to help one of the two of them, you can make their disadvantage become a regular roll.
Okay, yeah, I'll help Gelp.
Okay.
Good, because I rolled a 99 and then a 91, and I get a +5, so I got a 96.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
I got an 88.4.
Okay. Between the three of you, you're able to set up a decent little camp. All is good. You're able to sit down, subtract some rations. We'll go ahead and say you don't need to subtract water because you guys are so close to the stream. Who and what and where are the horses?
I guess we'll bring the horses towards the camp. That's 2. But I gotta feed them and stuff, so,
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Horses are fed. Horses are tied off. In this time, the forest has been good to you. Nothing bad's happened other than, rain. The shelter that you made with a roll over 80 is a decent enough shelter, so it's not just pouring down on you anymore.
Nice. Reprieve.
Your sleeping rolls are still pretty wet.
Do we, hang them from a tree or something to hopefully get them to dry out?
Don't think it'll help.
The only problem is it's
'Cause it's
still raining.
It's still raining. Okay, so.
Yeah. Welcome to the month of Anhi. Who takes first watch?
I will.
Okay, perfect. Because me and Goat were talking about how tired we are.
All right. So it's your first watch. The two boys are snoring, absolutely exhausted. Between their snoring and the horses snorting,
Horse names.
horses are like, this guy's talking about tired. We're the ones that did all the work.
That's it. That son of a bitch is going to combat with me next. I'll show you tired, boy.
We have rules for that.
Exactly.
So, go ahead and roll. I'll leave it up well, technically you're watching this intently, so I'll give you the option. You can either use your perception or your investigation.
Perception or investigation? I guess we'll use investigation. 95. So I do have a question.
Yes.
I have a plus 1.4. Should I be specifying the
I'm gonna-
0.4?
I'll put it like this. That 0.4 may or may not break a roll someday.
You got it. Okay, so 95.4.
Yeah, because someday you might roll a 70, and the difficulty class might be greater than 70. And 0.4 is greater than 70.
Good point.
So, you're watching, and everything seems calm. Some movement of animals in the forest at night. And you see a raccoon.
Ooh.
Comes out, it's looking around. You watch it, it goes behind the tree, it goes off to the side. You see it by the water, washing its little paws, grooming its little bandit mask. Looks at the tree, comes over, climbs up the tree a little bit, looks at the faces on the tree, looks kind of like, what's up with this tree? Crawls back down, sniffs at the opening, and goes in. And that's your watch.
Oh, poor little thing.
It's fine.
It's probably lost in the fucking nothingness.
Better
Raccoons are
dead.
always lost in nothingness.
Okay, look. That's not the point.
Who gets second watch?
That's up to her.
Oh yeah, I'll wake up Gelt.
All right.
5 more minutes.
Gelt, get up.
No.
Beat him with your rucksack. Beat him with your rucksack.
Socks and soap. Socks and soap.
Oh God.
Actually, we had batteries, so socks and batteries. Socks and batteries.
The coin sock.
That's right. Stock in a lock, baby.
We had
All
double
right.
D batteries.
No, I'm nice to him, and I just keep shing him until he gets up.
Fine.
Del, you're up. Your arm hurts. Cold weather and whatnot.
Yeah. Good times. Love this time of year.
Go ahead and roll. Well, what do you want to do on your watch a little bit here? Because obviously you're going to roll for either investigation or perception. But before we get to that, now that you have actually had a little bit of time to rest, and you're not running on pure adrenaline and I can't fall asleep in the mud.
Kind of just made sure that the perimeters for the camp's good and restocking the fire if needed. Nothing too major.
Not a problem. Those are all reasonable and responsible things to do. As you're watching the tree, go ahead and make your perception or investigation, your choice.
Alright, they are the same. Oh, this should be a flat roll now too, huh?
Yep.
Sweet. 82.4.
Okay. Right at about the end of your watch, you notice something move on the tree. And upon your investigation of it, you see the face of a raccoon.
Weird raccoon. That's
And your brain is going, I don't remember there being a raccoon.
yeah, that wasn't there before.
Going through your memory of goblins with their captives all getting slaughtered in a ritual, and you're like, I don't remember a raccoon.
I don't. There could have been a raccoon. There was a lot going on. There very well could have been a raccoon. I don't think there was a raccoon.
Then I guess you get to wake up Arden, or you get to wake up Adonis.
I was like, Arden, that's the wrong party.
We don't know an Arden.
Look,
Adonis gets to sleep longer.
People have been messing with me with names. Y'all got too many names that are alike.
Unplanned, too. Unplanned.
Get up.
I don't wanna.
Bumpkin?
Look, man. That troll hit me with a rock.
That's cool and all. Bigger question, though. Have you seen a raccoon?
What do you mean, have I seen a raccoon? Of course I've seen a raccoon before. You just called me a bumpkin. What bumpkin hasn't seen a raccoon?
Yeah, it's not what I meant. Do you remember seeing a raccoon on the tree? A raccoon face on the tree?
There wasn't a
There's
damn
a raccoon face on the tree.
What are you talking about? There's just a bunch of goblins. There was an elf. There were some humans.
There's a raccoon there now.
That's good for him. I don't know, man. This tree's weird, dog.
I'm gonna go sleep, and Del just falls over just passes out standing up.
I just get up and I ponder this raccoon. Fucking, have I seen a raccoon? God, this elf, man. This elf. What? And I'm gonna go check on the horses and see how they're doing. You know, make sure they're still sleeping. You know, stuff's going good with them. And then I'll go sit down and look at this tree and see if there's a raccoon on it or not.
Horses are fine. They've all conveniently crapped on one side of where you tied them up and have moved over to the other side.
All right,
You know,
all right.
being horses.
Just horse things.
Just horse things, yes.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a raccoon face now on part of the tree.
All right.
Anything else before you take your roll?
No, I think that's it. I just, I wanted to check the horses because, I'm going to see how they're doing. And then I just really started intently looking at the tree, trying to find this damn raccoon face. Trying to figure out what the hell Gelt's on about.
Yeah, you see the raccoon face. It's not that hard to find it. You're like, sure enough, there's a fucking raccoon. Kind of looks like, the raccoon from Pocahontas. Like, hey!
Alright.
Perception or investigation?
Which one do I have? Oh, they're both zeros, so I guess it doesn't matter. I think everybody else did perception, so I guess I'll do investigation.
Okay.
69.
Nice.
You watch and you stare at the tree. And right before sunrise, you see a deer come tiptoeing out of the woods to drink at the river. It's a nice looking deer, about 4 points. Young.
Get him, that's food.
All right. Can I hit the shot from here?
That was a joke.
You can certainly try.
How far is it? Can I tell?
You are, at this point, you're 80 yards away. Because you wanted to be as far from the tree, keep the tree within view as you could, and the water is 20 yards behind the tree.
All right. You're gonna think I'm a moron for this. What is that in feet?
80?
I couldn't.
3 feet per 3 feet equals a yard.
All right.
You are 80 yards, so 80 times 3.
That's a lot.
240.
Yeah, I couldn't hit that. Yeah, no. I get 10 to 50 feet accurately. I'm not gonna try and take a pot shot at that.
You can always try to sneak up on it.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try and sneak up on it. Like I'm gonna look at the tree first. Does the tree look like it's doing anything funky, or still just being a tree?
Other than being a tree with a face and more faces appearing, tree's not doing nothing.
It's a perfectly average tree, other than being a supernatural tree.
All right.
It's a perfectly normal supernatural tree.
Perfectly normal. I guess I will try and sneak up on this deer then.
Roll for stealth.
All right. That's an 83. I get a plus 13 to stealth.
Oh my god.
Where you put his human initiative.
Yeah.
So you come slinking up. Now this is generally an opening. So where exactly are you planning on positioning yourself to get this shot on this deer that's currently drinking from the river?
How? God, it's hard to visualize in my head. I guess.
Are you going to stay along the tree line? Are you going to be ballsy and try to move straight up through the open?
No. I'm moving along the tree line.
Okay.
No.
Right.
Adonis is stealthy, but he's not that ballsy with his stealth.
I'm just trying to figure out whether you're staying either within, like I said, I didn't know if you were going to plan on like using the tree line or if you were going to sneak up on the supernatural tree and use that as cover. That's all.
No.
All right, you move along the tree line. You get within 30 yards of the deer. And about that point, the deer lifts its head.
I cannot accurately hit this deer still.
So what?
It's 30 yards times 3. That's 90 feet. The crossbow's 10 to 50.
You can try to sneak up for it more. I'm just telling you, that's your first stealth roll got you that far before the deer did something that would cause you to stop.
Okay.
Because when you go hunting and you're hunting deer, when the deer does something, you pause.
I'm gonna look at the tree real quick, see if maybe. I'm gonna look at the tree, and then I'm also gonna look at wherever the deer was looking to see if one, maybe it was looking in my direction, or if it was looking at the tree as well.
You look at the tree. The tree is still being a perfectly normal supernatural tree. The deer was more or less doing one of those, what was that? Where's the car for me to jump in front of kind of things. Remember, if you miss this shot, it's not because you're a bad shot. Your arrow was moving too fast.
I mean, I am very far away right now, so I guess I will, continue to move closer through the tree line as long as I have tree line that will get me closer. If I don't, then I will sneak through the grass, as the tallest grass brushes that I can find.
So, at this point, I need you to make a stealth roll with no modifier.
With no modifier, flat roll. All right.
Because you guys did combat with a troll and you didn't clean yourself up.
It's a good thing that you had me do it as a flat roll, because otherwise I would have been a 95. I got an 82.
Okay, no problem. So you creep up. The deer leans their head down. They're going to get another drink. You are now 30 feet from this deer.
Am I looking at...
And you are staring at his furry butt.
Okay, I was about to ask, am I looking at deer butt, or am I at, the side of the deer?
The angle you're at and versus the way that the deer is standing at the water, you are now staring at deer butt.
Okay. But when he lifts his head, essentially, I will be able to I'll be in line with his head, more or less.
From the angle you're at, you'd be hitting the back of the head at a 45-degree angle. So in other words, if you were to imagine the spine of the deer and you were to shoot directly over, move that line over 45 degrees, you'd be hitting right behind the soft spot of the ear.
Okay.
Which, if you're going to go for a headshot, that's the one.
Yeah. Well, because I don't think I can get a side shot up, because you said I'm staring at deer, but how good of a view do I have of this deer's side?
In order to take a side shot, you'd either want to wait for the deer to move, or you'd want to move yourself about 10 feet over.
Okay.
I don't know. To get a more of a broad shot on this deer.
No, I think think I'm confident enough with my bow shooting that I will take a shot at the deer. Shooting for the head.
All right.
I'm gonna wait for him to lift his head back up from his drink of water, and I'm gonna shoot the defense arrow at him. Because it does 1d8.
All right. So, go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. Do you want it with the modifier or without the modifier?
No, this is your roll to hit. You can do it as is.
Okay, 91.
Okay. Now your party members get to decide what happens next.
Oh, fun.
Guinevere, please roll a d8 for me.
You got it. Ooh, that's a 3.
Okay. You're rolling for the results on a random table, so high and low is not an issue here. And Gelt, roll a d6.
1.
Okay. You raise your crossbow. Line it up just like you've lined up shots thousands of times. You squeeze back the trigger. The lever lifts off the string, and the bolt is loose. The deer hears the thwang release on the crossbow. It immediately jumps forward. Roll for damage as you strike the deer right above below the spine and right above the back shoulder blade on the front side.
8. Max damage. Hell.
All right. The bolt digs in deep to the flesh, and the buck bolts up and around on the other side of the tree, heavily limping and tripping as it goes. And it sees you. It's now standing in front of the opening to the tree, limping, not wanting to put weight on its right front leg, and it dips into the tree.
Oh no.
Go after it.
With your crossbow bolt.
Yeah, I'm definitely going after it.
Oh,
Fucking goddamn it. Okay.
So you're going into the tree?
I'm going to peek my head into the tree and see if I see the deer. Do I see the deer?
You see darkness.
Do I hear the deer?
You do not hear the deer.
It's just a copper. It's just a couple pieces of copper. It's not worth it.
But deer meat.
That's cool and all.
I step into the tree.
You step in completely?
You know what? Before that, I tie a rope off to my body and to a tree branch.
Okay.
And then I step into the tree.
Okay. You step in, and you're having basically the same experience Guinevere had earlier.
I guess I'm gonna wander around. I'm gonna wander around for what to me feels about like 10 minutes looking for this deer.
Okay. You wander around, and all you ever see is a little bit of glow of moonlight that's coming in from where the rope that you've connected to yourself leads back outside.
Then I'm gonna so I didn't find anything. I'm just gonna head back out.
Okay. As you head back out, you notice that there is now a deer head in one of the branches that's formed.
Is there anything else on that branch? Or is it just the deer head?
There's other faces.
Human faces or only goblins?
It's a mix.
Okay.
Yeah, the tree's not segregating the faces.
No, that's fair. Had there not been human faces on that branch, I was going to cut the branch off and see what happens.
No, there's all kinds of faces.
No, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna be upset about my arrow.
All right.
And I'm gonna head back to the camp and I guess wake everybody up for the day.
Fair enough. You wake everybody up. You all get up. Those of you who bother to look at the tree, you notice the addition of the raccoon face. You notice the addition of a deer head.
I just looked to Gelt. Hey, if you've never seen a deer before, that's what a deer looks like.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I actually haven't, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm real beat up about it right now.
Hey, man. It's a cool head. I say we get out of here.
Yeah.
Do I see the raccoon?
You do see the raccoon.
I'm highly disturbed. Can I tell the party that I saw the raccoon run in there?
You sure can.
So
that kind of makes sense. I look at her and I'm like, you see that deer? I shot it with an arrow, and it ran into the tree. As you can see, I do not have a deer or my arrow.
The tree has a face, though.
Does the tree have my arrow? Out of curiosity, did it pop up an arrow?
Your arrow did not.
You can't see the ass of the deer, so
your arrow did not appear.
it's a memorial. R.I.P. the arrow.
Yo, for real though. I'm never gonna see that thing again.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's not good though. So it
Yeah,
dead thing get face.
We don't know if it's dead, Gelt.
No. That deer is definitely dying or died in that tree.
Then what about the raccoon? What killed it?
Probably the tree.
There was faces showing up. I mean, when you left too. So the tree might break them down or something.
I don't know, but Gelt is right. The tree does face dead things, as there's no way that deer is living inside of the tree with the wound that I gave it.
Fair.
Yeah.
There's a chance the other stuff, the other things that are faces may be alive. Your raccoon may be alive. That deer is not.
So, do you think it's when something gets lost in the tree?
It
lost or dies, maybe.
That would make sense because I went into the tree without waking you guys up. But I tied a rope off.
Adonis!
I tied a rope off to myself and
not
went into the tree.
Adonis, that was reckless, and you should have woken us up.
I wanted that damn deer.
I don't care how badly you wanted the deer. I want to see you tomorrow.
I'm still here. It'll be alright.
And you're lucky to be here.
That's what the rope was for.
Be more careful.
Okay. But we need to get back and report all of this to the guild hall.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, best case scenario for traveling back is 8 days.
Whew.
But we'll see. Who wants to be in charge of rolling for your guys' travel?
I'll roll for it.
8 d20s, please.
Oh, God. 1 second. You just need the total, right? Not the
Just need the total.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. I got 69.
Nice.
As long as you don't throw 1 in there, you're good.
I couldn't see what they were. I just did it in feuds and did 8 d20. So it just fed me what it came out.
Gotcha, okay. So that means that you guys can travel. Give me 1 second here. I'll work out you guys show. So that means in 8 days, you all are able to get from the forest back to here. Along that travel, if there's anything that you want to do, look out for, or anything, let me know and we'll work that out now. Otherwise,
Elvish.
So you can roll, since you're traveling with an elf who's going to help you, you go ahead and roll 8 d20s and add the total to your language learn.
That
And
107.
And all of you go ahead and subtract 8 days worth of rations and 8 days of water from your supplies.
Ooh, we need to stock up on rations.
And if anybody has anything else they want to do, let me know now before I click the clock forward.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
What's 8 times 3? Hold on 1 second. Quick. Okay, so we have issues.
What?
Yes, do tell.
The horses have now not been fed for one of those 8 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, luckily,
We're by far.
your horses have been able to subsidize their diet a little bit off of free grazing at night. That being said, the rest of your travel, unless you want to risk harming the horses, you will no longer be receiving the travel bonus of the horses.
Yeah, I don't
want to hurt them.
Run them into glue.
Mm-mm.
We can make good horses out of these. I believe in them.
Also, I don't know how many days worth of rations you guys have left, but I currently have 3.
4, yeah. So you have 3. Did you use one for something?
I played an extra day over you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So, you can detour and stop off at one of the farms, potentially. Or you can try to make the next 4 days to get back to town.
That 4th day will be arriving at a town?
You hope.
Alright. Can I quarter my rations if need be? Or is that, I gotta eat the whole ration?
In order for you to get the benefit of it, because no matter what, you're running on low calories.
Okay.
Yeah. That being said, you guys have been traveling. You've been making decent time. It is now the... As of right now, you guys traveled for 8 days. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is now the 12th of Anin. So if your best case scenario is you guys make it back on the 16th.
God.
We are many a days behind our, what's it called?
You are.
Yes.
But it's also understandable. We did fight a troll.
I think they'll understand.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
I mean, we did bring the head back, so...
This is true. So...
I say we just push towards the town.
Yeah, hopefully we make it in the 4 days. If not, Adonis is gonna be hurt.
It's okay,
Alright.
Marco will have some good fruit for you, buddy.
Go ahead and roll 4 d20s.
Where are you, phone? $38.
Close enough. You guys make it back to town.
Whew.
Oh, thank God.
Thank Jesus.
Adonis, you're hungry, and a little irritable. But that's okay. Y'all have made it back. And eventually the map will load.
At some point.
Maybe.
At
So,
some point. But in the meantime,
Never.
you guys basically know what town looks like. You guys so we can work through this.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you drop off your horses.
Yes.
Not a problem. One of the ogre brothers is there, takes the horses, pets them. Like, Mr. Nelson's gonna yell at you. You guys look like you've been hungry. Yes, you do. Come on, let's get you some food. And he looks over his shoulder. You should be nicer to your horses.
I'm sorry.
But we could.
And then, so that gets taken care of. Now, is our first course of business to go back to the Titan's bounty?
No.
What is
That's
our
not-
first?
You guys can go to the bounty if you want.
I was going to the guild hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The three of you all off to the guild hall. Oh yeah. You get into the guild hall. It's pretty mellow. There's a few people leaning around. There's an adventurer who's trying to impress one of the ladies that works at the guild hall. So yeah, this one time, me and my party, we were out there and we were facing off against some goblins. I cleared off 3 of their heads with one swing of my sword. She's rolling her eyes like, every adventure.
Do a backflip. It helps you stand out more.
I lean over and yell at him, let us know when you get something a lot cooler, and I'll pull the troll head out of the bag. Like this.
I high-five Adonis.
Adonis is irritable. He doesn't want to hear it.
As you pull the now multiple days old rotting troll head out of the bag, and it begins to drip its goo and mess all over the guild hall floor.
I stuff it back in the bag as fast as possible.
The girl who was already annoyed at being hit on by the adventurer just drops the rag she was cleaning with on the ground, turns, and storms off.
I wasn't trying to impress her. Adonis had no interest in that. He was just trying to mock
He
that
just wanted
man.
to humiliate the other guy.
Yeah.
You might have just made her quit her job.
Bro, I'd quit too.
You know what?
The adventurer is looking at you like, what's up, bro?
I just look back at him like, what? You got anything cooler? You're just only going to sit here and talk about goblins.
I'm going to go to the
Okay.
dwarf behind the window.
Following Gelt quickly.
The dwarf behind the window, sitting there slack-jawed. We just hired her.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't think he would do that.
I lean into him. I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood for morons today. And I'm definitely one of those morons I'm not in the mood for today.
In the future, check your kills with one of the guardhouses.
Got it. Thank you.
We don't process that here.
Fair.
Enough. But now that you've seen it and can believe that it is real,
Of course trolls are real. Who doesn't believe in trolls?
No, not that. Not that you wouldn't believe in a troll. All right, this guy has never seen a raccoon before. Apparently, before the other day. All right.
What
Whole other issue. Did he say what's a raccoon? You know what? I don't have time for that.
That's what I was
We
thinking.
went out to go pick up the lumberman, and a troll had eaten them. But he...
Titans, you're behind. Yes, we were just getting ready to send a search party to look for you.
Yeah, this is what was eating the leftover remains of the lumberman that we found. After we defeated this thing, I'm now just pointing at the bag, because I put the head away.
Okay.
After we defeated this thing, we found 50 or so goblins performing a ritual with the minimal survivors, and now there is a tree with most of those people's faces in the goblin party faces on that tree, growing out of it now. Nothing came out of the tree. When we go into the tree, it's completely dark.
So let me get this straight. There were survivors who didn't get eaten by the troll, who were held captives by goblins, who you saw, who they then murdered, and they made a tree.
Yes, but they
I
didn't
know
hold the
it sounds
captives for very
crazy.
long. We walked through the clearing, and then, bam, a goblin shaman cast a spell, killing some elf that that I could only assume was with the lumberman, maybe, that was crucified to the tree. The goblin cast a spell as soon as we walked through the clearing after hearing a scream, and then the tree had faces, and a giant hole that led into nothing but darkness.
Tree with faces. Like a tree.
Yes,
No,
but it didn't move.
Yeah.
It,
Yes,
it,
but no.
it stood still.
So it's
It
got
doesn't
faces.
speak.
Okay, so it's not alive.
It's not alive, we think.
Well,
It's not.
we don't know.
Okay, it didn't attack you clearly. So,
It did not.
okay. Does it move? Does it talk?
No.
It doesn't move. It didn't talk.
Okay.
I
Alright.
tried hunting a deer. The deer went into the tree, didn't come out of the tree, and then the deer's face appeared on the tree.
So it eats people.
Okay.
Yes.
We walked into the tree
Essentially.
with a rope tied to our bodies, and were able to come out. As you could see, we are here. But when we were in the tree with the rope attached to us, we could see a light source coming from where the rope was out in the opening of the tree.
But what was inside the tree?
Nothing. Complete darkness.
Did you get hit on the head by the troll?
Yes, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. I got hit with 5 rocks. Besides the point, because not only me went in the tree, Guinevere here also had gone into the tree with the rope attached to her, came back out. She also lit a torch.
Torch inside, and there's nothing as far as the eye can see.
So a tree with a hole that goes nowhere.
Yes. And when you're inside the tree, going into the hole that
somewhere.
goes nowhere, you're somewhere. It's completely dark. You can't see
There's no ground.
the opening where you came, in from. You could just see the rope and a little bit of light coming from where the rope is sticking at in the opening.
For clarification, this dwarf has been scrawling with his quill the entire time, taking notes. He's just like,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's fair.
Yeah.
alright, so you didn't bring back any of the lumber people.
I brought back some personal effects.
That's good of you. Go ahead and put those in the tray here. We'll try to see if we can identify whose family they need to be sent to.
Alright.
Okay.
But there was no lumberman to bring back. We were out there. The troll was munching on the goblins' leftovers. We heard screams, went to it. The goblins did a big weird ritual sacrifice, and then
the goblins are the ones who initially killed people.
Yes.
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay. Trolls are scavengers. All right. So
We presume all the goblins are dead, but unknown. They are all gone, and the tree has goblin faces on it.
okay. He's starting a new page.
We spent the night there. No lumber people came out. We didn't find any lumber people. We only found the tree, and
The tree just kept getting more faces.
the tree kept getting more faces, and other than that, we just found personal effects of the deceased.
Okay. Creepy tree. I'll make sure that this gets notified to whichever authority handles trees with creepy faces. I suppose because this had the goblins issued, I will have to send this up to the magistrate's office, see if they want to do anything about it, if goblins were involved. Sounds like a local government matter, but then again, elves know more about trees than we do, so maybe they'll have some answers about trees with creepy faces.
Very specifically, that the tree was created from a goblin ritual.
No, the tree was there.
It got bigger.
Yeah, tree gets bigger as it has angry faces. All right. I appreciate the information. We appreciate you bringing back some of the effects of those who've gone missing. That was a lumber party that, well, they were originally here from Avondale, so I guess now we have to do the hard process of figuring out who their families back on Bellsong are to identify these remains, or belongings, more or less. Thank you. If you remember anything else or learn anything else, please feel free to let us know. Otherwise, before she kills your friend, I think the three of you might want to go. About this point, you turn around and you see three very angry-looking maids scrubbing the floor.
I have half a mind to throw them to the wolves. You know what?
I have half a mind to just help them clean up.
Yeah. You probably should actually.
Yeah, can I offer to help them clean up? And,
It's all three
apologize
of you.
for making the mess?
All three of them just give you the look of fuck off and die.
Okay, I will proceed to fuck off and die.
No.
I didn't say I was gonna die right now, Death comes for us all eventually.
That's true.
Okay, fair enough.
They're giving you the look of the female bartender who's heard it all, seen it all, and is like, no, I don't need your help walking to my car.
Hey, I mean, that's just one less thing that I have to do today. I guess we will then head to the guard's house to deliver the
All right.
troll head.
You make it to the closest guardhouse. You present them the troll head. They're a little more enthused about it.
My people.
They're like at least a little bit jazzed.
You killed a troll. How big's the skull? About 3 feet. Well, that's a good-sized troll. What kind is it? It looks like it was a plains troll. Plains troll. Yeah, plains troll. Okay. All of a sudden, they just kind of became the dads from King of the Hill standing in the alleyway.
As we're standing there, I'm just like, what's it worth?
The poor dragon, but 3 footer, oh yeah, about a foot and a half wide. Yep, that's about right. Yep, So, what do you say? Oh, it's probably a good 8 feet tall when he still had the rest of his body. Yep, I'd say that's about right. That'd be what? 8 silver. 8 silver. Yep, sounds good about me. 8 silver. Y'all get 8 silver.
That's pretty good.
Now, if I remember correctly, I believe you guys had quite a bit of money left.
Yeah, we still had like
One of your
47 silver and 3
47,
copper.
yeah, exactly. So you guys just got 8 silver on top of that 47.
Nice.
So you're at 55 silver.
Still doing pretty good, y'all.
nice.
Yeah, you gotta love it. All right, so 55 silver.
I'm gonna head back to the bounty.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a bath.
I will take a bath.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I have that in my notes. Because a lot's happened since you guys left. Guinevere, you got packages.
Yeah. Yes. I got a package with a book.
Yes.
Or a transcript.
Adonis, you go, and when you walk into your room, just like when Guinevere goes into her room, she finds her book. You walk into your room, you found that signet ring you ordered.
Nice.
Crafted and delivered. Do you have the symbol?
Nope. Guinevere, we need a team symbol.
You had one job.
I can't draw.
What?
Yeah, but you could have thought. Oh wait, you're in the military. That's above your pay grade.
I don't get paid
What
to
do we
think,
need?
alright? We need a team symbol. I got a signet ring for Gelt, because he's the man of the house, or the head of the house, essentially. So he has a signet ring that he can use to wax seal stamp onto letters and stuff like that.
He bought something and had the brilliant idea and then forgot to follow up. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
He says,
Okay.
bail me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely make us like a house symbol.
Okay.
Forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot about that thing. Didn't even
So-
cross my mind.
I believe I sent it to you guys. Yes, I did.
I know I definitely have my transcript.
No, I sent you guys your stuff for your house.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you return to the Titan's bounty. Nothing has changed with the house, so because Roll20 is being a jerk, I'm not going to change our map.
Mm-hmm.
No need for that at the moment. But the house is clean.
Ooh, nice.
The house has been cleaned. It's no longer dusty. The shop downstairs has been cleaned. It is no longer dusty.
Ooh.
You are greeted by Luca, who is your head maid that you hired. Her ears perked up at seeing you, and she greets you all a greeting. She informs you that she'll have Marco immediately begin working on some food for you. She informs
thank
you.
God.
She informs you of your packages that have been delivered to your rooms. She informs you that her and Bella have, as you can see, managed to get all of the dust out, and they even managed to get the baths all cleaned and working.
Nice. You guys did a great
Ooh.
job.
I just look at her. Thank God for you.
Yeah. She asks you to please leave your dirty, soiled linens outside, and she'll make sure that they get cleaned. So leave them outside your room so the maids can pick them up.
Yep,
And
no questions or complaints there.
she informs you that an alchemist has come by.
Oh.
Oh.
And based off of the directions that you gave her after she interviewed said alchemist, she agreed to provisionally hire him as per your instructions.
Cool.
And he has been doing his best to clean the lab.
All right. Well, before doing any kind of introductions with him, I would like to be clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
Not a problem. She informs you that he's currently not present.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess
go
I'll
ahead and get clean.
yeah. I guess I'll bathe. I'll get out. I'll ask her if he is present, or if he's come back at all.
He'll be
He
home
hasn't.
he has a day job. He'll be home this evening.
Oh, okay. Perfect. All right.
With that, you guys all sit down to a meal from Marco.
Yeah, but I guess I'm gonna sit down and eat.
Warm food.
Warm food, warm shower.
It's
Marco,
simple. It's
cannot
simple.
thank you enough.
He smiles. It's not much based on our budget, but I think you'll find it to be to your satisfaction. What he has produced for you is a minced meat steak. So think like the texture of a Salisbury steak,
Ooh.
with some fried eggs and a pan gravy, with a side of some pan-seared vegetables.
That's just straight comfort food. Oh.
I look at him and I'm like, Marco, I'm so sorry. I failed you. I tried hunting a deer, and a tree ate it. Thank you for this food, Marco. Thank you so much.
Marco reaches back in the pot and puts some more pan gravy and some more vegetables. Clearly, you need to eat. Please don't eat deer. Here, you clearly haven't been eating enough on the road. You're not thinking straight.
I just cry as I eat this comfort food.
Yeah, he took a blow. He took a couple blows to the head. He'll never be the same.
Clearly.
I guess after I'm done with my meal, I'm gonna head to my room and I'm gonna click the pocket watch for Festus.
Yeah, I was say if you weren't gonna go talk to one of them, I was going to. So.
You click it a few times.
If I get no answer after like 10 minutes, I'll cancel my call. And
Well, you click it a few times, and it's about early evening at this point. How is it going?
it's going. We actually just made it back. And then
As,
I'm gonna.
as I've heard, I'm reading a report right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go about discussing that with him and everything that happened. Same gist sort of that I gave the tailor, or not tailor, the dwarf at the guild hall.
Mm-hmm.
See what his thoughts are about the situation.
Each time when you're like, and then the tree got faces, he goes, I'm reading it. So.
Yes, I know.
So, to be honest with you, the only problem I see here is the fact that the lumberjacks that died weren't originally from here. Which means this will become an international matter. We'll have to probably pay something in regards to, though we might be able to push that off on the guild. After all, it was a guild matter. Really, quite frankly, I'm not seeing the issue. Tree apparently eats things.
I mean,
not exactly great, but I guess we could put some signs around it. Beware, don't walk inside tree. It eats things.
I mean,
I just wanted to know what his opinion on the whole thing was. And then
I've never heard of a tree that does not move that eats things. I mean, obviously, we know of treants. Those are simply our elders who've ascended to a higher being. But I've never quite heard of a tree that eats goblins. What's the most concerning thing is apparently, according to the report from the guild houses, you said that this comes from a goblin ritual. That's concerning in itself. Goblins aren't known for magic, so whenever one shows up that does use magic, that's always a thing to be cautious about.
Well, as far as we're concerned, we think everything died or is part of that tree now. Everything that was part of the spell or that helped cast the spell is in the tree.
Well, I don't think that I'm surprised that goblins played with magic and died for it. Like I said, they're not very good at it.
No, yeah.
But nonetheless, because this is a matter involving trees, I think this is a matter to concern druids. I believe the magistrate has already headed off to speak with the druids at the Park of Elvenus to see their opinions on the matter. After all, like I said, tree with faces isn't exactly something that we hear in this nature of all that often. What I'm most curious about is you walked through the tree and back out, but nothing else that went in the tree came out.
Nothing else had a rope attached to it when it went into the tree.
Interesting. That's something that will have to be thought on. Maybe we'll have to see if we can find someone who will walk through the tree without a rope. See if they come back out. But
and then
I have need of your services.
Oh, cool. I was going to ask about that and then also inform him about our cool, housemaids and stuff.
Yes, I was informed. Remember, I'm the one who told you to hire them.
Yes. I was just, saying they've done a great job and we love them and appreciate your,
Good. Make sure you work them hard. Get your silver's worth. Why don't you and Master Gelt, and if she's available, Lady Ashenthorn, why don't the three of you come tomorrow? Master Gelt can present himself. I claim that he has a meeting with the magistrate. I'll make sure that he's put onto the docket, and then me and you can discuss the work that I have for you.
Okay.
Say tomorrow, brunch.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll also inform him, I don't know if this helps, but I did invest into a signet ring with our house symbol on it for Gelt, if, that may be used for any purpose of showing, oh yeah, this is who we are, or whatever, that kind of
thing. As soon as you have a symbol, that'll be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, working on it.
Work in progress.
Very good. That'll help establish him. After all, he is an aristocrat. That will look good. Proper appearances are important to keep track of. I also heard that your party downed a troll. Very good indeed. I'll make sure that word about Master Gelt's exploits with the slaying of the troll become well rumored.
Sounds good.
So,
Um,
we'll be
that's all.
expecting you for brunch at the magistrate's estate tomorrow.
The estate.
Yeah, the magistrate office. Before we get off the
Estate,
call,
things.
What now?
You just-
office and estate are two different things. Because earlier you said we're going to meet at the magistrate office, and then you said magistrate estate.
Yes, his estate has the office on location.
Ah.
The reason it says office is because when I was making the general map, the office is where most of like critical things happen.
Oh,
But-
okay, got it.
But that's why it's so big.
Got it.
Yeah.
Follow up before we finish our conversation. I'm going to ask him about a speed spell.
Speed. In what nature?
Okay, so the party talked to me out like we didn't
No,
talk about
not
it.
what I meant. I just got a call for a job interview. I was typing fast. The spellstones in the eyes.
Oh, okay. I was like speed spell, and then Marley was like, "Trust me, he means spell," and I'm like,
I meant spellstones.
"Oh, I will." Never mind, not speed spell. I will inform him about the spell stones in the eyes of the lumberjacks. It was something that we didn't get out because of my drive for hunger and everybody else's tiredness.
Not a problem. I will make sure that gets notified up to the magistrate so that he can inform the druids of that. Maybe they'll understand the meaning of it. Of course, it's also concerning where did goblins find spellstones. That must mean they had a very successful hunting this season. Shame. After all, a third of the adventurers who come to Dresselheim never leave.
Oof.
Fair enough.
If there's nothing else I can do for you, then I will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that is all. So.
Okay. And with that, you hear a click as he shuts the glass pane on his grandfather clock that works as his communication device.
That's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised that I've hit him twice now.
Luckily,
These times I'm definitely gonna miss.
Luckily, you've hit him in the evenings.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So.
So what I missed? I got a.
He basically, you guys have been invited to brunch tomorrow.
Yeah. We have a job. You're gonna go make faces. I will find out what the job is.
Anything else to do with this evening?
I want to go. I want to go to Bob's and Knobs, but only if the alchemist isn't back yet. If the alchemist is back, I want to ask Guinevere if maybe she can go to Bob's and Knobs and pick things up for us, or ask Elt and see if he can do it.
Bob's and Knobs is closed at this point in the evening.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Worry about that tomorrow.
But your alchemist has in fact returned.
Oh, okay. Is he in the lab or is he?
He comes upstairs like a human being.
Well, yeah. I don't know what he was.
Well, no, but he comes upstairs. Just letting you know. You meet. He comes in. He is a tall boy.
Lengthy. He is a good boy. Look at him. He's a good boy.
He is a very good boy.
Is that a James?
So.
Wait, above table real quick. Is that Ethan's character? Okay, that's what I thought.
I was about to say, yeah, that's for sure a James.
All right.
Yes. So you meet a large 7'4", 261-pound, brown and white furred lycanthrope. Big old Saint Bernard face. He introduces himself as James Brothel. He's currently been working under the supervision of Dr. Moriarty at the hospital, and has responded and with great excitement at the lab that he's been cleaning for you. And has been very eagerly waiting to meet you and discuss the budget and the things that you are looking to work upon.
All right. Just real quick. My understanding is that our head maid has already paid him for the month, right? The 8 silver.
Yes, but she told him that this was only a provisional. So only thing she told him, because she didn't have the right to permanently hire him.
Yep.
Is that he's to get the lab in working order and consider that as part of his, look, see, I'm capable.
Yep. I guess I will, introduce myself to him, ask him if he's hungry. Maybe we can get Marco to pick something up if he hasn't eaten.
Marco has set food aside for him.
Okay.
So that's already taken care of.
Cool. I'll let him know, if you're hungry, by all means, eat, and we can meet down in the lab after your meal. If not, we can head to the lab now, and we can discuss sort of what the job entails.
Who's all going to the lab? Who's all being a part of this conversation?
I will.
Is the Taylor open right now?
No, it's late.
Okay, I didn't realize how late it was.
Nothing is open right now at this point, right? It's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 2100 hours.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing is open.
That'll take long.
All right. So you all go down to the lab. The lab is about 80% clean. Like the floors and the walls have all been done, but you see piles of equipment lined up next to wash tubs that he's still deep cleaning all of the flasks and all the tubing and getting all that done still.
Okay.
He's only been working at this for about 4 days.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it was pretty
good.
rough.
Yeah.
And cleaning stuff like that, I know, is hard.
Yes. But the lab it looks way better, and it's starting to come along.
Nice.
He points out some stools that they've cleaned up and sits down across from the three of you. So I originally trained. My father was a doctor, and I trained under him back in Talinar. I recently came here with a friend of mine to do some research in alchemy, and I was lucky enough to meet up with Dr. Moriarty, and I decided I wanted to stay around to continue doing my alchemy research, and I heard about your guys' job offer. So I'm fairly skilled. I'm still learning. I'm always researching more stuff, and I just need to know whether or not I got the job and what my budget's going to look like.
So,
you did a great job. You cleaned all this really fast, and I mean, you seem like a good guy. I'm down to keep him on.
okay, I have questions though. Like I had a thing lined up for this. I was prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for the signet thing.
Oh,
let's go.
I was prepared for this. Gelt's the head. Somehow I am the hands and the brain.
The brain power went to this.
The brain power went to this. So I'm gonna, look around the lab and same thing. Tell him, oh yeah, you did a great job. Followed up by I'm gonna ask him, what exactly, alchemy-wise, are you skilled in making? What things could you currently produce as an alchemist, regardless of a large budget? Just let's just say on a small to medium-sized scale, what things could you produce, and roughly how much do you think in a month you would need for this budget?
Give me just a moment. I'll tell you exactly what he's capable of doing.
Nice.
Maybe I'll tell you what he's capable of doing. I'm not sure. Let's find out.
50 at this point.
Well, now you have to guess.
Yeah. I gotta roll for it.
On a side note, I was just surprised that you guys were going to come and interview with me. I thought you guys were just going to go do other things, so let me take care of this.
Let's leave it.
I
What
figured
else
you
do
guys
I
would
have to do?
I don't know. But I just, I figured you guys would have interacted with him, but not come and sat down for the interview. I don't know.
Currently,
Well, I mean, he's gonna be like in our home, so
That is true.
he pulls out a book.
All right.
It is a fairly large and thick book with black and silver trim.
All right.
I want to make sure that I get this correct when I say this, because otherwise I'm going to feel like a heel. Yes, trying to fill up empty space while I make sure I look something up. Here we go. The book, covered in black leather with silver scripted trim, bearing the words, "The Self-Contained Art of Alchemy" by Smitty McSmitty.
Oh.
And he opens the book and begins to read off a list of things that he knows how to do that are contained within. I currently am capable of making healing potions. I can make the standard potions and weaker. I can even make greater potions, though the time and cost to make those is significantly greater. I'm capable of making all varieties of acids and things that have common use for the craft. Obviously, if we could buy the acids with the budget, that would make the production faster than if I have to make them on my own, but I can make them. I'm fully capable. I know how to make cures for poisons and toxins. I've recently learned, thanks to working under Dr. Moriarty, both a gargle cure and a cure for blindness. I am currently researching a recipe known for a healing remedy that should have the ability to heal a great many things, sort of a cure-all, if you will, though still working on the details of that. It's one of the things that I would, of course, like to be able to do with the budget is continue the development of said spell, or not spell, said potion. I also am capable of, though the ingredients are becoming harder to find, I am capable of doing things like a potion of fire and a potion of frost breathing.
Interesting.
All right.
I also know a little bit about poisons.
All right. That's generally the things that we need. Followed up by that, I'm going to ask him currently, where is he procuring his research materials? And if we could make it happen, is there a way for him to be able to make his own materials in-house?
Currently, I've been getting materials from Dr. Moriarty at the hospital as I make potions for the hospital. I was hoping to be able to acquire materials through the budget that I receive working for you for the things that you wish for me to produce.
I more so meant, like, where is he planning on buying his supplies with the budget given, I guess,
Same place everybody else does. Bobs and knobs.
Bobs and knobs. Bobs and knobs. Alright. Cool. Guess that was a dumb question. Followed up to that, I guess, at my second part of that question, given the proper tools, could he in-house manufacture any of the things that he needs, for the list of things that he is capable of producing?
Well, he can produce if he has the materials. Like, for example, he knows how to modify acids and bases. He can produce alcohol, but he still has to have the raw ingredients to get that started.
Yeah, well, more or less I meant, like, if healing potions take a mint, can he grow mints?
That's gardening.
We have a garden. So like,
Do you have a garden? I
do we have a garden?
I don't remember there being a garden.
Being a garden either.
I might have
Yeah,
misremembered that.
You guys have a
That's my
basement,
bad.
which is a lab. You guys have the ground floor, which is a shop, and you have the upstairs, which is the living quarters. 11 rooms, living spaces and offices, one washroom, with a spiral staircase in the center that leads to all floors.
Fair enough. Well, it'll be easy enough to make like an inside garden. That's not a big deal.
Yeah. So then, I guess my follow-up question is, can he garden the things that would be needed to?
It would be It would be very difficult for he's capable of growing an herb garden. Who's not? Okay, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of water, put it in a windowsill. It'll grow. But if that's where you intend on him to get his ingredients from, he's not going to be able to produce enough to produce very much.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just, like, it's more so a question of asking, like, can you do this? And
could you subsidize?
Yeah.
incorporated within.
Yeah, like, he'll get a budget. He will get a
Alright.
budget no matter what.
So
But
let me put it this way. Let's just use let's use a typical household ingredient, basil. Okay?
Mhm.
One potted basil at peak, keywords is at peak,
yeah.
would produce, for the sake of breaking it down to game units, at best 8 units of basil a month.
Okay.
Just to put things in perspective.
Okay. So with the
So
amount of space we have, not valuable.
it would not be very efficient. He's like, yeah, I guess I could put up a little windowsill garden somewhere to help grow a little bit of stuff. But he's like, at this point, you're making him wonder if he should work here.
Follow up to that. I'm gonna ask him. I don't know how to word this because I don't know how many. More or less, I'm gonna ask him what he needs for a budget. Because obviously he knows more about alchemy and what things would cost in a month to produce, to reasonably produce enough health potions to be able to refuel the budget. So, like, let's say I gave him 10 silver. I guess I'm asking, for metrics. What are his numbers? If we gave him 50
So,
silver, how many potions could he produce? 10 and stuff like that.
Well, this is where he can run into a problem. He's been getting all the materials supplied by the hospital.
Mhm.
He has no idea what anything costs. He's broke. He's been broke for a while since he arrived here. He's been living off of the little bit that he makes working at the hospital. You're asking him things that are way outside his range of currently being able to know.
Okay.
He's looking at you, and this is one of those things where you might want to think about where you make different connections and different resources to potentially bump things up.
Yeah. Well, no, I was, obviously it's going to have to come on my side. I was more so trying to figure out what a budget would look like,
Well,
to see how much he would produce in a month, and then work on that side of things of like, what deals can I make with, other groups of people to lower that and be able to produce more than,
fair enough. This is the recipe. He goes ahead and he scrolls down. This is a recipe for one lesser, for making lesser healing potions.
Okay.
8 honeygrass, 1 lesser acid, 4 ruby sage, and a gallon of distilled water. He can take care of the distilled water himself.
Yeah, but he needs the acid, the honeygrass, the ruby, and the sage.
Mm-hmm. And then, depending on how he rolls, determines how long it takes to make that batch. And a batch makes 1d12. And don't forget, he's also going to need the vials and things to put the potion in.
No, yeah, I counted for that. That was all going within the budget of, how I wanted to make his thing. I guess I'll ask for that. You don't have to send me everything because obviously you'll know it, but I'll just ask for like the list of his healing potion, his cure potions, his basic ones, not like the cure blindness, all that stuff. I'm gonna ask for the general basics of potions that any adventurer may need for their stuff or what have you.
You're asking an alchemist to do something that's generally frowned upon. But what he is willing to give you is a list of common ingredients that he would either spend his budget on, or that if you could acquire and bring back for him, would aid in the production of things.
Yeah, no, okay, actually, that works. I was more or less asking for a grocery list. I didn't necessarily need, what things go together to make what potion.
I'll send you an ugly list now, and I'll send you a better looking one later.
Yeah, that's fine. I just needed some sort of grocery list so that I can go to Bob's and Knobs and price things out and see if I can't make a deal, or maybe talk to Lefestus and be like, hey, I have this alchemist. These are the things he needs. How would I go about making a deal with Bob? Because I'm going to see Lefestus tomorrow anyways, so it'll be one of the first things I do in the day. So
fair enough. Let me. I don't like the way this is copying out of the PDF, so I will send you all this later. But
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, he need. There's a lot. There's like 50 different ingredients minimum that he could use.
Okay, yeah, no, I just needed a grocery list more or less, and that's why I was like, you don't have to send it to me because I know you'll have it.
Yeah. But
you know.
yeah, you could try to make certain deals with things, or as you bring certain things back. For a great example, since this is going to come up, you didn't by chance bring back any bits of that troll that I heard that your party slayed.
What did we do with the troll head? Did the guards keep it?
Guards kept it.
Okay.
Then I don't think we did.
No, we.
There's a great many things that I can make from troll parts. In particular, their blood can be used to make poisons and acids.
That's good to know.
I followed up to that. I will ask him for a list of things that we should keep an eye out for if we end up killing that we should be bringing back.
I don't know. Anything and everything. I can take it all apart.
All right, yeah, that works.
Remember, he's a researcher.
No, yeah.
And he's young. He doesn't know everything. He's still learning.
No, that's fair. He's kind of. Ironically enough, he's perfect enough for the task at hand, which I think it's funny that it's Ethan's character. I mean, it makes sense, but it cracks me up a little bit. I'll tell. I don't think I have any more questions. That kind of answers everything that I needed to know. That he would have known.
Okay.
Unless Guinevere or Gelt have anything else.
Nope, I'm good. I was just here to tag along.
Okay.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
Of course.
So in that case, he's hired.
Followed up to that, I will
Yes.
tell him he is still. Actually, you know what? He is hired. Everything he talked about sounds good. It sounds exactly like what we need. He will get his budget after I find out more about the list of things that he had. So, for the time being, I just need him to clean up the lab, take care of things, and then followed up by that, I will ask him, what would it take for him to work full-time here, and no longer at the doctor's office?
A budget that would give him enough work to be here all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, he just needs enough to.
He just needs a big enough
live.
budget. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have room and board.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to live no matter what. I mean, working at the doctor's office and here, he's gonna have.
But keep in mind, alchemy is a thing that takes time.
Yeah.
And depending on what his budget looks like, determines on how many things inside the lab he can set up.
Yeah.
So because a lot of these potions take days and stuff to make per batch, you're not paying him to sit there and twiddle his thumbs.
Well, yeah, no, of course not.
So him working at the doctor's office doesn't necessarily inhibit you.
Yeah, it kind of gives him something else to do while he's waiting.
Not only that, it's why he's willing to work for so cheap.
Yeah.
Because a full-time alchemist would cost you $1 a month.
Ooh, baby.
Now, and that's not including their budget.
Yeah, I figured.
That's just their pay. He's working for 8 silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you to ask him to stay here full time,
that's just like, hey, you wanna
no, because
slave labor?
No, because in my head I was thinking about giving him a budget of like maybe 20 silver at the most for what it sounds like he could be able to do, and just running quick numbers through my head and seeing. I imagine that would be a fairly good budget to keep him busy most of the time. He may not be able to work full time here, but he will devote most of his time here, I'd imagine.
He will make sure that you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna screw you guys over like that. You'll get what you pay for.
No, that makes sense.
Well, if you were thinking about 20, that would make our monthly budget about 50 silver.
Our monthly budget would be more than that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it would.
It'd be about 70, I think.
Because right now your current.
So we were at about 50 last week.
30 something.
You're at 35.
Oh, are
35,
we?
35 silver, 50 copper.
Okay, so it would be about 55 silver a month then, which is half a
Because,
gold.
well, currently you're paying 4 silver and 50 copper for your stabling of your horses.
Mhm.
And your housing staff, is including the alchemist, is costing you 31, I think.
Yes,
I remember correctly.
I think that's
Yeah.
what was factored.
That sounds
House
right.
staff,
Yeah.
15 silver.
The only thing that's not added was his
Maid,
budget.
6 silver. Chef, 10 silver. So that's 31 right there.
Yeah.
Plus the alchemist is 39 then.
So that's right, because you hired the. You didn't. That's right. You'd have to pay him last month because you put that out. You put that money up at the guild. So yeah, starting next month that'll be added in. So that's 39, not including his budget.
Okay. So it'd be pretty.
It'd be pretty close to 60 if I gave him 20. But again, these are things that I have to find out, which is why I told him, you are hired. Everything that you've done, and from the sounds of it, sounds good. But you will have to wait a little bit longer on your budget. That's why I told him that.
Yeah.
I need to find out more information.
He's not sweating yet.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, you didn't say anything about it. So
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
I was
he's
just
good.
wanting to talk through it is all.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry. Adonis is somehow taking care of that side of things, apparently. It's
Very
all
well.
up there in his head.
That's a scary place.
He's trying to. He's somehow trying to mimic Hephaestus in a way, I guess.
That's fair.
Hephaestus, for lack of better, analogy, is his. God, why can't I think of the guy that we've partied with for so long? I can't remember what his name. D'Artagnan. Thank you. Sorry, slipped my mind right there.
That's fair.
All good. So that being said, if you guys are done interrogating the poor dog man,
Yes.
is there
Yes.
anything else you would like to get done in the evening before we click the clock forward?
Practice Elvish if Gelt's up for it. I mean, if he's not, I am at 238 now, so I'm pretty sure I can practice fairly well by myself.
Yeah, you got it by yourself tonight. Just go over the basics.
Okay.
I mean, I'll help him. I'm
Oh, yeah,
proficient in
you-
Elvish.
Oh, are you? I always
forgot
forget.
about that.
I have
always
like
forget.
430 in Elvish.
So with the two of you working together, the two non-elves, you guys can add a d12 each to your Elvish.
Got an 11, so I'm at 249 now.
I got a 3.
You already know more than him, so you're learning a little less.
I'm learning less by trying to teach him.
That being said, the evening comes to a close. The three of you find your clothes cleaned and repaired. Not your armor, but your clothes. Holes stitched and whatnot.
It's amazing. Worth every damn silver.
Gelt, Adonis gives you the ring. It is a signet ring. It goes on the pinky.
Yeah.
And with that, you are all awoken, and while breakfast is being served, you notice that no plates were set for you. They were only set for the staff, as Luca comes up to inform you all that the coach has come to pick you up.
Coach?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
I'll nudge him. Hey, just go with it. Be the head. Come on. Get it
Yep.
together.
You go out and you find a nice looking, not the fanciest thing in the world, but a very nice, respectable looking coach. 2 dragonborn guard sitting on it with a elven servant who has opened the door, and she motions for you all to enter. You do, and you have a nice little coach ride over to the magistrate's office and estate.
On that nice little coach ride over, I will give them the breakdown, since I did not give it to them the night prior. Just give them a real quick breakdown of what's going on. That, we're having a brunch. I probably won't be at the brunch.
Fair enough.
I will snag you some leftovers.
I think it'll be okay. I think Hephaestus will hopefully take care of me.
Not even any Danishes? They have some pretty good Danishes.
Yeah, snag me a Danish. I need one of those.
You arrive at the estate. The guards and the coach go right on in. As soon as you're in through the gates, you are pulled up in front of the large tree and rock boulder building that makes up the mansion that is the magistrates.
I don't.
For two of you, this is the first time you get to see it.
Yeah.
You go inside the walls of the magistrate, which is always guarded heavily, and you see lots of buildings, all of which appear to have been formed and grown out of the earth itself. Each building is composed of boulders with tree roots growing over them, and the trees themselves were grown into building structures. There are several of them. There's one close to the front of where you guys came in, and that is the quote-unquote magistrate's office. Basically, it's a glorified postal service. Because the workers that work in there take everything to the magistrate's big mansion where he does most of his work out of. There's also guardhouses, and where you see that the Dragonborn soldiers that guard the magistrate live on premises.
Makes sense.
As you walk up the stone steps that were clearly made using Dwarven magic, you can tell by the way they're molded, and the way that the tree roots grow through them and around them but don't break them. That this was all done with magic techniques of fusion of elven and dwarven craftsmanship. You enter in through the doors of the great tree, which, due to recent events, you're a little like, walking in a tree.
Yeah.
But unlike darkness that you've come to find inside trees before, this one is filled with lavishness. Crystal chandeliers with glowing crystals providing light on the inside. The big central one almost making it look like sunlight were raining down inside itself. You see servants running around left and right, all of which you notice are elves. Going about their business, you are led by one of the servants into a hall room in which there is a large table, probably about 12 feet long, places for each of you to sit, and food waiting. And there's just about everything you can think of. There is fruits and vegetables and eggs, and anything you can think of that would be on a brunch menu is available to you. Servants running about, making sure goblets and glasses are filled, wide selection of wines and meads, and even some Pilsner beers that are been set to be available. And the magistrate himself comes over. The Dawning Titans, Troll Slayers! It is such a pleasure to see you again. And he reaches out and he goes ahead and he shakes each of your hands. He goes over, he purposely makes sure that he shakes your Archmail hand, Gelt.
Yep.
Master Gelt, it is good to see you. Congratulations on slaying a troll. And Sir Kronos, it is good. I'm glad to see that you're taking good care of Master Gelt. And Lady Ashenthorn, your beauty only exceeds that of your mortality.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And
I
yes.
That was pretty suave.
no, I was just gonna say thank you. I think.
I think.
For
It's a compliment, trust me.
For a mortal woman, you defy age as if you were elven yourself.
See, compliment.
Oh, well, thank you.
No, one does not have lost all one's hair when dealing with two boys as rough as these two. I will never know. I remember my own sons drove me damn near bald. You all sit. You have polite conversation. Is there anything that you want to get the magistrate to talk about, or is it all going to be fluff?
I don't.
I'll kind of. Because obviously I'm gonna ask Hephaestus, but every opinion is good, and I don't want to be the one to ask him. So I'm gonna nudge Gelt a little bit and show him the list of things from the Alchemist.
Oh, okay. I will broach this first because you go for the easier one, then you hit it with the one out of left field. I'll ask the magistrate, be like, oh, so we got an alchemist. Do do you have any connections that I might be able to get a hold of to get some bulk supplies at a cheaper rate?
Well, to be honest with you, it's going to depend on exactly what exactly you're looking for. Most of the business trade, for example, the the dwarves, as much as they claim that Bobs and Knobs is a independent entity based out of the kingdom of Avengale, we all know that Lady Lockhart had a deal worked out with the Lockharts hundreds of years ago before she died, and it's pretty evident that they only hire dwarves and that really Bobs and Knobs operates as a part of the Empire. That being said, they pay a premium to be the only place in town that does most business. You might be able to negotiate something with some of the farmers directly if anyone grows what you're looking for. You'd have to talk to the farmers themselves, as I don't micromanage my people and what they choose to do. That being said, you might be able to work out a deal with Bobs and Knobs directly, especially if you're looking to order in bulk deal, but I'm afraid that's Empire business, and I have very little sway in the matters of their pricing. But if you do need anything in regards to something that's a little more inside our realm, such as maybe access to information that your alchemist might find more accommodating or more, how should I say, illuminating, I could perhaps make arrangements with the little bit of power that I have in the guild hall to open up their libraries to him.
Ooh.
But beyond that, I'm afraid when it comes to material goods, I would be of little effort and probably more of a hindrance when it comes to negotiating with the dwarves.
Fair enough. I think we could definitely benefit from him having some more information.
Certainly. I will make sure that we'll have a decree drawn up, and what is your alchemist's name?
James Buffett.
Buffle.
Buffle.
James Buffett. Okay.
Buffil.
I will see to it that my connections inside the guild hall that work in the archives understand that he is a servant of a personal friend, and that he should be welcomed with open arms into sections of the archive that might be beneficial to his research.
Nice. And this, I don't know if forgive me if I'm overstepping. That conversation you had with the other magistrate from Basse.
Yes.
What was going on in the south? I heard something about bandits, but
Oh, there is a group of desert rats that honestly make things rather difficult. It's not really anything of any concern, to be honest with you. They're not even something that I worry about much. More or less, it's an excuse for me not to have to go back to Fey Nouveau. They want me to go back to the capital so that I can basically prostrate myself in front of the council, and quite frankly, I don't think the council knows what they're doing. They might be old and they might be wise, but at the end of the day, they have spent too much time sitting about debating philosophy and not enough time actually dealing with the world. If it was up to them, Dresselhime would still be an elven-only country, and we would still be fighting against the goblins. It was only by opening the doors and opening the ports of Dresselheim that we managed to get the adventures that gave us the ability to push the goblins into almost extinction. Some of us view the welcoming of the outsiders as a good thing. The council doesn't necessarily share my opinion. They like the hordes of treasures that get delivered to them as tribute, but they're not exactly willing to... Well, let's just put it this way. If they had it your way, your current company wouldn't be welcome here.
Bunch of old, stubborn fools.
Yes, a bunch of clucking hens if there ever was a group of them. Meanwhile, the Thaydeen are a group of bandits that basically roam the deserts, and while, to be honest with you, they wouldn't dare attack one of my transports, I use the fact that they have attacked transports of others as an excuse to avoid making the uncomfortable trip myself. That being said, the Thaydeen are a little bit of a tricky situation. I understand that you aren't actually from Dresselhime, Master Gelt, but you must understand, and I'm sure that this is the same for you back in Belsong. It's not exactly like there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
With our women only able to conceive every 100 years, and with only 1 in 10 of us being born male, we reproduce slowly, which is why the wars have been so devastating to our people. The lack of males has also created certain imbalances, especially with the fact that 60% of the male elves did become dragonborn. We lost a great number of our ability to reproduce. So I can use simple fear of my well-being as a good enough excuse to keep them from hassling me too much.
Oh,
Plus, if I go back, I'm sure they're going to pressure me about getting remarried. And I know who they want me to marry, and I'm not interested.
I mean, you're...
He sort of has a far-off look of absolute disgust, just like, I'm old. She's dirt.
Yikes.
But, anyhow, it's not really anything to worry about. The Thaydeen do pose an interesting problem, though, with the fact that if it hasn't been made clear to you, the killing of an elf due to our numbers is considered the highest of crimes. The Thaydeen consist of elves. Creates a little bit of a problem when they attack a transport, because what are the Dragonborn to do? Defend the transport and kill elves, which then makes them a criminal in the eyes of the High Council. Or allow the transport to be robbed and stand there and do nothing, and then force us to look like fools.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. But enough of this stuffy business. I have to say Champions Day worked out quite well. I'm getting a new ship.
Yeah, you're getting a pretty good ship of that.
So, about this moment, Adonis, a servant comes over and whispers to you that you are needed elsewhere.
I will, get up and go to where I'm needed.
Okay. Off you go, and you are led to the oh-so-familiar office of Lephistus, who, as you walk in, is sitting there, cigarette hanging from the side of his mouth as he takes a big hit, and he blows out, and you see ice crystals form in the air in the face of a giant serpent.
Pretty cool.
And then he pulls out one of his casters, and you hear the click as he pulls the trigger, and nothing fires, but you see the cloud that makes up the serpent explode out.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty impressive. I stand there, very much amazed.
He sees you. He does a couple little swirls like he's Doc Holliday in the scene with Ringo at the bar, spins the pistol around before he holsters it. Well, how is your shadow doing today? Any motions for you to sit?
I go and I sit, and I'm like, I'm fed and I'm back, and not having to sleep in the rain.
Not sleeping in the rain is good. You should get a tent.
Yeah, didn't think about it, prior to leaving.
I will never understand you humans and your willingness to sleep in the mud.
There wasn't much place else to sleep. It was much less lack of willingness, and it was the only option.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to rectify that soon enough.
Yes, most
I
definitely.
hate to be coarse with you, but I'm afraid I have much business, including an interesting report that arrived this morning. Here, take a look at this. He shows you a report, and it details a group of adventurers who recently came back this very day and reported at the guild hall to the ring forest in the northeast a structure made of stone that doesn't appear to be individual stones placed together, but stones that somehow naturally formed into the shape of a temple-like structure building. That the stone appears to be skulls and bones and whatnot. No record of who built it, when it was built, why it exists. Said that they killed an undead troll that was in the forest. Found reports seeing multiple tracks that lead into this stone structure, skull temple thing, and yet none that leave it.
I'm gonna ask if he has a map of where this was at, and see if it correlates with where we came from with the face tree.
It does not. It's the next forest up. It's the ring forest of trees.
Okay, so
it's further north than where you guys were. Whole different forest.
Whole different forest. Okay, the troll thing threw me off a little bit right now. I was like, undead.
Well, that's why it caught his attention, because you guys killed a living troll. They killed an undead troll.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna what exactly does he want me to do? Does he want us to go out there?
He thought it was interesting.
No, yeah.
The Master Gru of the Temple of Styx is actually heading out there with a group of his youths to look at it. He thinks it might have something to do with the undead.
No, yeah. Agreed. It sounds like that. Weird to see an undead troll, though.
I think it's more or less interesting that there are two structures with dark portal doors that no one seems to know where go.
And the fact that nobody's walked back out of them. Only tracks that go in.
Which is why it caught my attention. It sounded an awful lot like the tree that you reported.
I wonder if the two are connected.
I don't know, but I'm very curious, especially concerning the fact that yours apparently had something to do with a goblin ritual.
I guess you're allowed.
Yeah, no. It's
so concerning.
The structure that they talked about, you said it was made of skull and bones, but it was stone?
No, apparently the structure is in the shape of skulls, a couple of the skulls being 12 feet tall. But the structure itself is made entirely out of stone.
What do we know about goblins in that area of the forest? Because it almost sounds as if this ritual is somehow similar, but instead of making a weirdly living tree,
there were no goblins reported with this. They only found the building itself. So that's where your report differs. You found a troll that was eating goblin leftovers and found goblins. In this case, they found an undead troll that attacked them, and they found a building. They have no reports of any ritual.
I more so just meant in the area, general reports about goblin.
Generally speaking, we've been dealing with red cap goblins. We haven't had much other issues Red-cap goblins, don't get me wrong, they're obviously a problem, but we haven't had how would you say, much of a problem. After all, they're red caps. They're not exactly. And he gets up from his desk, searches for a few things, and he finds a stack of reports, and he goes, "Here, this will help you. This is a quick report that was drawn up a few months ago in regards to observing red-cap goblins and their behaviors. This should answer, hopefully, some of your questions in regards to them." We'll see if it actually, nope. Hold on. I gotta do it in 2 parts.
Lame.
There we go.
Oh, fun.
Ew, gross. I don't like how that looks. One moment.
Yeah, that's weird.
Get rid of that. There you go. There's the report.
Hmm.
So as you can see, they're not exactly known for their intelligence. The fact that you're reporting the fact that they had a shaman makes me believe that the shaman probably wasn't Redcap. Maybe a shaman that had gone rogue from another tribe and simply taken control of a local Redcap tribe. Not surprising that apparently they got consumed by their own magic.
No, not surprising at all, but somehow concerning. There must be a higher goblin somewhere dictating, because it almost seems like these places are too specific.
Well, I'm hoping that if there was a more intelligent goblin leading them, that it got eaten by your tree.
Yeah, I hope so too, but it didn't look like, from what we saw, that there was much more of a leader than the shaman that was there.
And that's why I'm hoping he was eaten by your tree. I'm hoping that these strange goblin movements aren't dictations coming from the prince in the north. That would make for a very difficult and arduous winter. But, endless. This was interesting to share with you, but I do have work for you.
Okay, sounds good.
There is an ambassador of sorts who is going to be making a departure from us fairly soon. Matter of fact, they're leaving this evening with only 2 guards.
Okay.
We would like to make sure that they do not return to Basset.
Easy enough.
He pulls out a scroll tube and he hands it to you.
Okay.
After the job is done, open this and stick it through her heart.
Like wrap her heart around it, or?
No, as in take a knife or a stake or anything else, and before she has time to turn into a tree of her own, take the contents of this scroll case and stab it through her heart.
Okay.
That
So
way,
something. I thought it was just like a.
it's a scroll case. There's a scroll inside.
Got it.
He
No.
wants you to leave a message.
Yeah. No. I understand. I thought it was just a thing with words on it, and I was like, so he wants me to like wrap the heart or something, like. But he wants me to literally stab the heart with the scroll. Okay.
No, he wants you to open the scroll case, take out the scroll, and stake it to her.
Yep. Got it.
Think Van Helsing from Nosferatu dealing with Dracula.
Got it.
All right. Good. Like I said, they'll be leaving this evening from the north gate. You'll recognize her. She'll have 2 druids with her in her accompaniment. Obviously, it would be in your interest to make sure none of them ever speak again.
Okay. Do I need any special ammo this time around, as I did last, or anything will do?
Above table, they're elves, dude. They die like
They
everybody
die.
else.
Don't poison them. It doesn't work.
Just making sure. I mean, the dog needed a special bullet and damn near
Well, that's
killed
'cause
me.
he was really strong.
Well, that's also because he was a lycanthrope, and if you didn't hit him with something silver, he would regenerate. Basically, he gave you a very powerful shell to make sure that you did enough damage to actually drop him, and silver to make sure in case it didn't kill him instantly that he wouldn't regenerate. Because, you know, if you'd shot him with a normal round and say it went through the back of his skull and came out his eye,
Shrugged it off.
Regenerated.
he would have regenerated after a little bit.
And been mad as shit.
Yeah. So, that was the case for that. In this case, it's, you know, they're elves. You travel with an elf. You want to know how easy it is to kill them.
I've almost done it a couple of times.
But aside from that, that's all he really has for you. Once you're done with that, return to the Titan's bounty. Inform me via the normal means. And I will see to it that you are rewarded for your services to Corvus.
Follow up to that, I will ask him, you know, also about the alchemist thing, and you know if he has anything that may be of help information wise. You know, I'll show him the grocery list, I guess, and be like, you know, I'll give him the whole rundown.
Let's see here. Really, the problem with this is most of this trade, either you are going to need to make it directly with the farmers, or you're going to need to work out a bulk deal with Bobs and Knobs. The dwarves basically pay a premium to the farmers, which is one of the reasons why our Laprade do so well. It's a mixed blessing, to be honest with you. The Laprade get paid well for their goods, but it gives Bobs and Knobs a sort of a monopoly on the market.
Now, where am I better off going? Should I go straight to Bob's and Knobs, or see if I can work something out with the farmers?
It's more of a with the farmers is just like it's gonna be a game of chance if they have it, I assume. And
Well, the farmers grow whatever Bobs and Knobs tells them they're willing to buy.
Yeah.
So,
On the list is things that he may need, that the farmers may grow, so may... Get out of here. Have your brunch, damn it.
So the biggest problem that I would recommend for you would be, first I would go to Bobs and Knobs. You don't want to make an enemy of the dwarves.
No, that makes sense.
Negotiate with them. Or send your alchemist to negotiate them with it directly, since he clearly would know what he needs. You understand?
Yes.
But if your alchemist isn't able to negotiate with them properly, then send Master Geld to see if he can apply a little bit of his recent public fame to work in his favor. You could also think about finding ways to, I don't know, put the dwarves somehow in your debt. But aside from all of that, you could, well, what I would do personally is I would make a deal with the dwarves. Pay them whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to matter. But once you've made a deal with them, then go and make a deal with the farmers. This way, it simply looks as if you're trying to acquire more and you're not just undercutting the dwarves. You make a small order from one. You are willing to buy the scraps that they're not willing to buy from the other. After all, I don't think your alchemist needs the prettiest and most perfect ruby sage. If it has a few bruises on it, I'm sure he can muddle it just the same.
Got it.
But to be honest with you, this is more trade and commerce, and it's a little outside my range. The magistrate would be much more beneficial for knowledge on this type of thing.
Your knowledge is beneficial nonetheless, and I thank you for it. You've been a great help to us since more or less our arrival.
Well, I am glad to be of service, as I am glad to have your service. Now, my recommendation. This individual that you need to remove, they're going to be traveling along the road. Mm-hmm. Don't take the guards lightly. They are, after all, guards, and you are about to remedy a very difficult problem.
Now I understand.
So, think quickly, think diligently, and don't get caught.
Of course.
Good. Well, now that all of that nasty business is dealt with, is there anything else you need?
I guess just real quick. This isn't just a solo job for me. Like, I could bring Gelt and Guinevere, right?
He didn't tell you how to do your job. He told you what needed to be done.
Okay, cool. That's just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, he's not interested in telling you how to do your job. He's just telling you your target's leaving from the north gate, and they're going to be traveling along the north road.
Got it.
Beyond that, it's up to you how you deal with this.
Got it.
All right, if you got it, then you're excused. Is there anything else you guys wanted from the magistrate while you're having there at the brunch table?
I don't think so. I'm good.
Okay.
Nothing that I can currently think of.
Excellent. In that case, the three of you meet back together as you are all done with your business. I imagine you'll go back to the location of the Dawning Titans to negotiate this out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll inform Gelt and Guinevere, I guess. Are we riding back or are we walking back?
Do you want the coach ride back, or do you want to walk back? Do you have business that you want to settle in town along your way?
I do. I need to buy supplies.
Nothing on this side.
I need to go to Bob's and Knobs, so.
Oh, actually, I will go with you to Bob's and Knobs. Because...
Okay, so... Follow up to that. I was going to send you and James together, because face and knowledge.
Okay.
So I guess, as we leave, before we get out of the magistrate's estate, so that way I know that we're...
Oh, no, so if we
safe.
get James, though, we need to go back to the bounty.
Yeah, you would have to go back to the bounty. I just need general supplies.
Oh.
Things. Yeah, I need, caster gun ammo. I need regular arrows. I need food.
For sure. Never mind, I misread the situation.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, though. But, yes, you would have to go back and get James. Because more or less I'm basically asking you, hey, this is... I inform you of all the information. I'm like, hey, make a small order with Bob's and Knobs. Make sure James understands this. And then we will cut a deal with the farmers for a larger order.
Got it.
All right. So, Guinevere, are you're tagging along? You're sticking with Gelt, or not Gelt? Yeah, you're sticking with Gelt. Names.
Yeah, because we're...
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Let's get the shopping done real fast. What are you trying to buy?
God, let me scroll down. I need caster bolt. Not cast. Yeah, I need caster ammo.
Yep.
I'm trying to.
Currently, they have CP1s, CPFs, CPCs, CPLs, and CPAs. Even though I accidentally mislabeled it.
I just got a hairball in my eye. Where is the shop stuff?
It's the very bottom.
Page 63.
Of the Dresselhime handbook, Jet.
Yep.
63. Thank you. You said they had CP1, F, and what else?
C, L, and A. The last one, I messed that up. That shouldn't say CP1 again. It should say CPA.
Oh, okay. All 20 copper a pop.
Yes, they got cheaper now that there's not a whole bunch of adventurers all clamoring to buy them.
That makes sense. No, I want to... Honestly, I guess in this situation, I feel like lightning or cold would be the best.
You tell me.
Yeah, go wild with ammo, or don't go wild with ammo, but like don't feel
I
bad
was gonna
for buying.
I was gonna get like 20 bullets.
Yeah,
I guess I'll do 10 lightning, 10 cold.
At 20 copper a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4 silver.
that's not bad.
Can't get a damn caster rifle yet. Sad. And then crossbow bolts.
Yeah, isn't it convenient? They're on the same page.
Yeah, super convenient for one. Yeah. I went to scroll down. I was like, what am I doing? They're on the same page. No, I want to get 15 of the war crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And I want to get 5 defense ones and 5 standard ones.
5 more defense. Okay.
5 more standard.
And 5 more standard, alright. So just in crossbow stuff alone, that brings you to...
I said 15 war crossbow bolts, right? I'm pretty sure I said 15.
Yeah, that sounded right. Yeah, because that's 1 silver, 55 copper, plus 40 for the others, plus that. So that brings you to another 2 silver and 15 copper.
Oh yeah,
That works.
You'll be good for ammo for a bit.
Yeah, that was the idea. And I just gotta make sure I copy everything down properly. I don't think I need anything else. Oh, rations. I need rations. I want
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want?
30 basic rations. You know, whatever the cheapest ration is.
Yeah, just
I just don't want to scroll to it.
No, it's okay because rations fluctuate anyway. So right now, what they have in terms of ration supply, you're looking at, for them, it's going to be 6 copper per ration.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, give me 30 of them. Or actually, give me 90 of them, so that way everybody has 30.
Okay, so that'll be 5 silver and 40 copper.
Tap my stone and pay for everything.
Done and done.
Head back to Titan's Bounty. Pass out,
All
what
right.
I bought. Yeah.
Okay, Guilt, you're up. Apparently, you're going to go make a deal here.
Yes. All right, I'm going to James, we're gonna go get you some supplies, buddy.
James is not present.
Fuck.
No one thought to ask what James was doing today. James is happy as he's working at the hospital.
Fair enough. I am going to
I didn't necessarily say it had to be done right that second, but
yeah,
it was a sign to him. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Then I will go to I will get her name, so I will not sound bad. Lucia. And just ask her to be like, hey, do you know what James is doing tomorrow? I'm gonna need him.
I can see to it that he knows that the masters of the estate are in need of him tomorrow. I will let him know when he comes in this evening.
All right, sweet.
All right.
Then I will wait on that.
Okay. You have a couple hours before you got to go do this job. So, is there anything y'all need to do, want to do, or prepare, and who's all going?
I assume we're all going, right?
That was up to you guys. To be honest with you, I was kind of buying things in the expectation that you guys were gonna go find better things to do. That's why I also got the things that do 1d20 piercing. I was terrified for my life. But if you're not busy, I would enjoy the company.
I mean, really, what else do I have to do?
I don't know. You can do your own little
Read.
side thing.
Read.
I'm just saying. We're saying. Your guys' characters have aspirations and things that they may or may not want to do. Just leaving that open to you guys.
I mean,
So-
fair enough. But I'm just floating through right now with, like, going with the flow. So, I mean, if you want, Guinevere can join you.
No, I'm down. Works
Alright.
for me.
So, do you head out? Do you take your horses, or are you going to go on foot?
I think we're better off going on foot. Oh, you know what? Before taking this adventure, I would like to head to the tailor, and talk about. I'm gonna give the code again, essentially, kind of hinting that I'm going to need something of that kind of variety, not necessarily expecting to get something.
So the code is a one-time use.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give some sort of a signal saying that I need goods to make sure my face is hidden, and that whoever's coming with me, his face will also be, unknown.
So you don't need to speak in code for a face covering.
Well, I don't know.
They sell bandanas and sashes, and face coverings are a pretty common adventure item.
Then yeah, I'll look for face coverings.
Not a problem. You can buy face coverings. Whether or not you want them to be nice or not is the only question.
I just want them to be breathable, and I just want them to not feel like I'm suffocating while wearing it.
And you want the silk ones.
Okay.
Those are gonna set you back about 12 copper each.
Ooh, maybe I don't want the silk ones.
Well, they have cheaper ones that are a little rougher and don't breathe as well, and those are going to be 4 copper each.
Yeah, we went from 12 silver to 4 copper. That is
No, I'd say 12 silver today. Sorry,
Yeah,
those should have been 12 copper.
Oh, okay, that's doable then. You said 12 silver, and I was like, damn.
Don't get me wrong, they got some nice stuff for 12 silver, but no, but you can pick up the face coverings for really next to nothing.
Okay. Then yeah, that's what I'll do.
So 3 of those?
Yeah, 3 of those.
All right. Anything else you want to do before this sets off?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now, where are you going to do this ambush?
He said they were going north, right?
Yep. They're going north. So,
Sabate. I want to be about a mile out.
okay. Is there anything in the landscape you're going to look for to try to use to your advantage, or how exactly you plan on doing this?
I want to look for tree line. Because I know the other 2 can't do much with range, I want to place them. Other two. Sorry, not the 3. I want to place them further up than I am. So, if I'm a mile and some change out, they should be, a little bit less than a mile and some change. So that way, I can initiate, and they can come up from behind to kind of close the gap, close everything in.
Gotcha. I think I have a general idea. Now the question is, horses or no horses?
Did he tell me whether they were traveling with horses or how they were traveling?
They are more than likely traveling with horses.
Part of me wants to say yeah, horses, because the risk of them fleeing the scene is very high. The other part of me is like, the horses may get in the way and give us away.
They might.
We'll say with horses, just to be careful of running the risk of them having, some fast means of way of getting away.
Okay.
I mean,
Simple.
at least if they flee with horses, we can try and run them down.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If they have something, if they're on foot, perfect. If they're not,
Yeah.
So, you know that they're traveling with druids. Though he didn't tell you what kind of druids. But, okay. So you want to be further away from the approaching party than Guinevere and Geld.
Yeah.
I don't think I was tagging along.
Ah,
You
so
just
it's
said other two.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to interrupt you while you were in the middle of a sentence. I was gonna
So-
hold off.
Guilt, are you going or not?
I do not think I am because that would
Oh,
defeat
because
the
you were
purpose.
waiting for James.
We said it tomorrow. This
Oh,
is a
cool.
today thing.
I mean,
Yeah, this is happening tonight.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like, keep the facade up at least a little bit.
No, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't expecting either of the two of you to come with me.
Fair enough.
The fact that, either of you was willing, like, yeah, I'll go with him. Great. If you're not coming, it's not like, oh my god, how could you?
Okay.
All right. So in this case, I know that Adonis is parked up on one side of the road behind some tree line. Where's Guinevere?
Preferably parked,
Farther up, right?
Yeah, farther up, and I want us to be on, like, diagonal from each other, per se,
Gotcha. And you brought the horses with you. Are you each
Yeah.
mounted or not?
Yeah, we'll mount.
Okay.
So I want to get out there quick, get set up, hopefully be able to put the horses away.
Well, that was going to be my next question: is where are the horses in this situation?
I want them in the wood line to where it's hard to see them from a distance, and just not noticeable. Maybe it seems like, oh, there's just an adventurer parked there doing something or whatever. Not just as inconspicuous as possible, but still able to get on the horses if need be to chase.
Gotcha. So each of you has your horse with you.
Yes.
Okay, not a problem. We can make this happen. So the two of you go out. It's not quite sundown.
Sorry,
Yes.
real quick before we leave, I do want to assign Gelt, since he's staying. I don't know what else he's doing, whatever tasks he may be doing, but I'm gonna ask him, hey, maybe go around town, see if we can't find somebody like a cashier or something to see what prices are and stuff like that. See if we can't find someone to help run the store once we get things up and running.
Oh, okay. For sure.
You are the face.
See about hiring a clerk.
Yeah, see about hiring a clerk.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Yep. Keep being the good face that you are.
I do not know you.
I will also hand him a bandana mask, just in case, for future reference, if he ever needs it. And I will give
Gotcha.
Guinevere hers before we take off.
Okay. This will be the last event of the evening.
That makes sense.
But Guinevere is hidden. Adonis is hidden. Eventually, when the map loads for you, you will see the party that is approaching on their horses. Even though you'll see the horses off to the side of the road, just because I don't like stacking icons.
Fair.
No, that makes sense. On the way out here, I did want to make sure that I loaded the improv Warcross into my bow.
I will assume that your crossbow is loaded, and I will assume that you loaded your caster.
Yeah, I'm gonna load that with. I guess I'm gonna load it with the lightning ammo first.
Okay. Easy peasy. So, you are out there, and you see them approaching. One riding out in front, with the other two tailing behind. If there's anything you want to change about your positions before we start this event, now's the time.
Hang on, it's still trying to load for me.
Would it be easier to do it on my computer?
I want to be there.
Now at least.
Well, it had
I
loaded,
can't move my horse,
and then it
so.
started loading again.
Oh.
Uncle, if you can you move my horse in between those two trees for me, please?
Hold on 1 second. You'll be able to move your horse in a second.
Cool.
There you go. Now you can move your horse.
Grazie. All right. Yeah, I like that positioning a little bit better. Move it right there, actually. Ease of access.
Okay, I'm here now.
All right. You all tell me if you guys are ready. If you're ready, we will start this. We will start this event.
I'm just gonna assume that each one of them is riding a horse.
Yes.
We're still outside.
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't know if like maybe there was like a carriage thing and the 3 horses were driving a carriage.
Nope. They're just riding.
Okay.
Yeah, I put the horse icons off to the side because otherwise they just stack on top of each other.
Yeah. I was just making sure of the.
I'll bring those into play if somebody gets dismounted.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna click my pocket watch for Guinevere.
All right.
And look at it, and I'm gonna tell her, wait until the last man passes you, and as soon as he passes you, go for him. I will take the front man, and together we will finish the one in the middle.
Sounds good.
And then, say my goodbyes, and now we wait.
Okay. I need Guinevere to make... First, I need you to make a stealth roll, and depending on how that goes, you may need to make an animal handling check.
Got it. 86.4 for stealth.
First one doesn't notice you. Go ahead and make another stealth roll.
73.4.
The second one doesn't notice you. Go ahead and make your third.
Ooh, that one is a 55.4.
The last one notices you. The female elf warrior turns her head. Oh. And she kind of just nods at you. Seeing as how the other two made it by you, go ahead and make a performance check real quick.
Do I see this happening?
From
Like,
your
did I
vantage
notice?
point? Yeah.
Yeah. As that elf turns her head, I want to take my shot at the one in the front leading.
In this case, Guinevere, don't worry about making a performance check.
Thank God.
All right, Adonis.
With my D20 arrow. Let's see if I hit, baby.
There's 100.
And you're not mounted, right?
I am not mounted. Also, it's better. It's not as good as a 100. It was a 98.
98.
Oh, that's still pretty good, though.
That hits.
I'm trying to hit him like square in the chest with this arrow.
Well, let's see. You hit her. Let's see how much damage you do.
Not her. The one in the front.
They're all
lead
her.
man. Oh, they're all her. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't. My bad. I didn't know.
What, you think guards can only be male?
Well, he did say druids.
Yeah, he did say druids.
This is where you're learning, because he didn't say what type of druid. He was using it in what he thought would be a colloquial term. He wasn't sure how to explain it to a human.
Oh, that's fair. I hit it for 18.
Whew.
Oh.
Oh, God.
As she slumps off the horse, leaving the horse free. Immediately, the one in the back draws her sword and raises her shield and looks and rides up to get in front of this one. Guinevere, everyone roll for initiative.
Okay.
Still
Gelt
a
chilling.
D100,
way
right?
better roll than my performance. That's a 67.
That's
Gelt
funny.
chilling.
That's the reverse of your last initiative, 76.
Oh, wow.
Adonis,
Is it really? Oh
I
my
got a
god.
62.
62.
Gelt chilling at the bounty. Why do I want to hit something now?
All right. And with that, they got the initiative. They're going to try to get up, but they get halted by the horse that's losing its mind and kind of flopping its dead comrade who didn't let go of the reins, and they get paused right there.
Oh, that is rough.
I'm gonna shoot the other guard's horse. If it's
The
my
horse.
yeah.
You can
Why?
attempt to shoot. You can attempt to shoot the horse. What are we shooting the horse with?
I'm gonna shoot the horse with the lightning ammo.
Oh,
Okay, we just have one problem. We're going to come back to that because you did roll lower on the initiative than Guinevere.
That's fine.
So Guinevere, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay. I was just gonna try to, I guess, flash and clash the lady there in the middle.
Okay.
73.
See, she has disadvantage because her back is
Oh, wait.
to you.
Wait, I'm sorry, I forgot.
she forgot to add her sleight of hand.
It's okay. You win anyway because she rolled a 55.
Okay, super. Super.
So you slash and clash your way up there. Roll for damage.
6 total.
Okay. You appear just like she's there. There's a horse in front of her. Everything is going crazy. The other one is looking towards Adonis. She's looking towards Adonis as well. She turns her head just in time to see as you appear, and she shifts over. You slash her for the 6, which is an auto crit because of that technique. And she falls because she failed her save from her horse. And she is down and prone, and the horse is now between you and her.
Am I still able to use some of my movement to just take a step
Yeah, I
back
don't think
away from the
I don't-
horse?
Yeah, you have movement left. You can use it.
Yeah, I don't think you use any of your movement.
All right. Yeah, I want to use some movement to get back to about just probably here, just so I'm not directly next to the horse.
Sounds good. So you slashed and clashed. You landed. She falls. You jump back.
And then I want to try and use Sleeping Spore on her.
Okay.
It's only a 71.
She makes a con save for that.
Yes.
Well, she takes a gasp as she hits the ground and has the air knocked out of her, and as she's trying to catch her breath, your spores go right in. And she's asleep.
Sweet.
You pulled off Sleeping Spore.
Yay!
I guess it's a good thing that you had the initiative. I no longer need to shoot the horse.
Okay,
And
so
that's my turn.
Okay, Adonis, now it's you.
Real quick question: can I skirmish with the caster pistol or no?
Technically, with your build, you can.
All right. I'm gonna skirmish this woman. I'm gonna skirmish this woman with the lightning ammo. Let me see how many times I can do
Well, no,
it.
you got to pay ammo for each one.
But yeah, wouldn't it'd be 5 ammo? Or well, in this sense, I can only do it twice, so it'd be 2 ammo.
Well, 2 of the lightning.
Yeah, 2 of the lightning. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm saying you can mix and match ammo. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't know I could mix and match. I thought I had.
Well, yeah,
had
I
to
think because
stick
it's a
with
single
what
shot.
I was shooting. Yeah.
It's a single shot pistol. So the way this works is you're just pulling those rounds out of your belt and slamming them in there and firing.
Okay. Okay. Cool. follow-up to that, because I will have enough action points to do it, can I skirmish her with 2 bullets from the caster pistol and then 1 crossbow bolt?
No, because you'd be changing weapons.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that
All
would
right.
that takes a
That-
point. Yeah.
That makes it, because I was gonna have 1 spare point left over, but all right. So I will shoot her once with the cold one and once with the lightning one.
All right, let's roll.
hit.
Let's roll to engage.
97.
Yeah, that engages. Go ahead and roll your 2d6.
Grab my 2d6 over here. 6 and a 5.
She rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oof.
Oof.
So they hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
We're gonna do this lightning and then cold. First one 3.
Okay.
Second one 4.
All right, so a total of 7. All right, you shoot her and she stays. Hold on, I gotta see if she stays on her horse. Yes, she does manage to stay on her horse. But you did just knock her for 7 damage, and she's not happy about that. And the horses are going to take their fear reaction, and this one is going to run off that way. And this one is going to
I was
run.
about to say, wait, with the body.
And this one runs off this way. Oh yeah, that horse drags that body.
Oh no.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah, this horse gets to get away a lot further because they're not tied to anyone. Anything else, Adonis?
Oh, the other horse doesn't fear run away? I was
No, because
Loki. Loki, I was just hoping that, the horse would fear run away and stomp the chick behind her.
Jesus.
No. The one who you shot managed to stay on her horse, and she's kept control.
Okay.
Yeah, she rolled a 93 for her animal handling, so.
Whew. Druid.
Damn.
So, anything else? I know you got action points left.
I just have the 1.
How did you only have 1?
Because it costs 3 action points to reload. So it would have cost me.
You skirmished.
Maybe I don't understand. Does skirmish cost me all 5 actions? I thought it cost me. It just cost me the ammo.
Your caster pistol, okay, costs you 2 action points to fire it, and it costs 1 action point to reload it. That's what I'm looking at. You didn't roll under a 40, so you didn't take any damage from it. You skirmished, and with your ability, you get to fire your caster for only 1. So that's 1 cost to start it, and then 1 for the extra d6. So that leaves you with 3 action points.
Didn't realize you could also only shoot those for 1.
Yeah,
so I could shoot.
That's the whole point of the marksman build.
Oh, I didn't realize I could shoot my caster pistol 5 times then.
Yes.
That is my mistake.
That is the reason why I had to rework the crossbows and everything, was because otherwise other classes would have also been able to do that, and that defeats the purpose of the marksman.
Got it. I guess I would just like to shoot her 3 more times then.
Okay, go ahead and we'll do these as d6s. Go ahead. We'll count the skirmish.
I was like, that is my mistake for lack of knowledge. All right. That's a 6, a 5, and a 4.
2 of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage for 2.
A 3, and a 4.
Another 7.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do it same order, lightning and then cold. Oh,
Okay.
I am dumb. My ammo also gets a +1, so that's an additional 4, because I have...
All right, so you've already shot her twice before, plus you shot her 2 more times now. That's a total of another 4 additional damage.
Yeah.
So
8. So she's dead.
All right, cool.
She only had 18 health.
Exactly enough, baby. That's my bad. Because new ammo, old ammo, I didn't have as much reading into, and I'm sitting here looking at I get 1d whatever.
She falls off her horse. The horse flees. She gets dragged about 5 feet. All right. That brings it around to their initiative. And she's asleep, but she takes 1d4 damage because she's bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
She takes 2 points of damage to wake up. She uses half her movement to stand. She screams in Elvish, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And then she's going to try to run. And she gets about that far. Guinevere, you're up.
Okay. I want to, I guess, run behind her and try and grab her.
Did you say you grab her?
I mean,
Or just say stab her.
You
yeah.
cut out the end, so I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, I want to grapple her.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead and try to grapple her. We'll see. That's your athletics versus her acrobatics.
Sweet. That's 73.4.
You fail to grapple her as she struggles to get away from you with a 93.
Oh, thank God.
Whew. Thank God.
I'm about to lay into her with crossbow bolts that do 1d20. Hopefully. And there's a chance that they're going to hit you instead. So, yeah, thank God.
Guinevere's got 4 action points left.
Yeah, she could just kill her.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
could do
could
that
just
too.
Sleeping
But
spore again. No, I'll stab her. Yeah, I'll stab her with my sword.
I mean, if you sleep and
Okay.
explore her, I'm going to, it's going to get real graphic.
67.
67 misses.
Damn.
As you swing and she moves and you just slice off a little bit of her dress and she's like, no!
All right. Christ, she's nimble.
Mhm.
I'll try and stab her with my dagger. I think that's the last thing I can try and do.
Okay.
Ooh, that's an 86.
That hits.
Ooh, that's 100.
I wish it was 100. That's 4 damage.
As you stab, you miss with the sword, you come in with the other hand with the dagger, and right into the solar plex. And you hear the raspy gasp of as the last breath escapes her, and she falls limp against you.
Oh, so she died?
Yeah.
I run up and stake her on the heart immediately. With
Jesus.
the thing. The scroll.
Okay. You open the scroll and quickly and blindly stab through it. What are you stabbing through it with?
I'll use my father's Bowie knife to stab into her chest with it.
Okay. As you unfold the parchment and you stab it on the now laying prone elven woman, the parchment reveals the logo of a black dagger blade that's broken in half. The mark of the broken blade. And on that note, we're going to end the session.
Wait a second, do I have to leave my Bowie knife in this hoe? If that is the case, I want to replace it with a standard crossbow bolt.
You may go ahead and make that exchange. That's fine. You leave a standard crossbow bolt.
Okay. Because I was like, yep, stab her once,
But
one and done.
real quick, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And we will have, if you guys have time today, we will do it. We'll get an after show going. But until next time, what have the Dawning Titans done?